I think she has ADHD as well.
Yeah, whether you are on the spectrum, high on the spectrum, high functioning, low functioning, autism. It's got spectrum.
So, and I'm like telling you cannot say that about people.
It's learning what is purely okay to say and what is not okay to say. But when you say read between the lines, you can't read between the lines. There's nothing there. Panic attacks, they look like seizures. Should not have one today, so we're alright. I already had one before I got here. 1 second. So that's one of them.
Yeah.
That calms you?
Yep, but cool. I can't control it so much.
All good. Take a minute. You're all good.
I was actually scratching myself until being raw, so I would have big strips down my arm of just no skin.
From your fingernails?
Have you ever bitten them so bad that your fingers are bled?
Yeah.
Oh, my nails were so scarred, swollen. They were always bleeding.
I was going to say, that's why I wear a glove, and people will be like,
then you should wear 2 gloves.
Like, my brain is going, man, there's dead people, there's broken, splattered, like, brains. And so I go out to the ute, bro, and like everything's squished and broken all over the ground. Sorry, the self-harming. When did that start? How old were you?
About year 7.
7?
Yeah,
What's typical?
Feeling numb can almost be more distressing than feeling depressed or anxious. Feeling numb is like there's really nothing. Like, it's an acceptable way to self-harm, pretty much. People aren't going to be like, what's that?
Yeah.
When you have scars and things. I remember the first one was just getting scissors and just on the hand, and yeah, that was kind of how it started. I also, with my autism, I didn't really, well, not necessarily blaming it on that, but I didn't have the social cue that you cover that up. So I was at school in short sleeves, bandages everywhere. So I got that reputation of attention seeking, and then doing our medication are in a safe. And unfortunately, my mum witnessed my first one. She walked in the room right as I took them. I don't remember pretty much from that on. I do not blame anyone for being in that headspace, because I couldn't think of any other, I genuinely couldn't think of any other option. I got out by the cops and stuff, and
this was before your diagnosis?
All before my diagnosis.
So you didn't understand what was going on?
So I ended up giving myself alcohol poisoning from taking my medications with alcohol.
It's a bit funny.
So not great.
But he didn't like showering, and us as growing up as
relate more.
Yeah, so as really?
Yeah.
You don't like showering?
Nope. It is horrible. It is the worst experience of my life. For everyone else at the gym, shower before the gym and afterwards.
Then the butt crack sweat you leave on the seat isn't going to be like contaminated. It's going to be fresh.
You wipe it
yours
down
is
so
contaminated.
Much. So then I started to end up in the ward. You start to learn just to mask your mental health anyway. As someone, if you start to end up in a ward, you're not ending up back there. You learn to hide things.
Do they give you the tools to recover from things?
No way in the ward. No way. You go. I'll say it anyway. We're all open on this one.
Breaking the stigma.
Yeah. So I actually lost my virginity and took my best friend's boyfriend's virginity. At least I could do.
Kind of like how Ritalin calms.
Like negative effect.
Yeah, negative effect. I'd be doing lines with friends. I got on the pipe for a little bit because it put me to sleep.
Samsung or iPhone?
iPhone.
There's no debate.
No. But in a way, I could also then just shut my brain out in those situations and not realise the situation I was actually in. Being like, oh, I decided to say hello to that person, so I said it was okay, or whatever. And actually, no, I said no throughout the whole time. So, because I didn't understand the significance of it. Except now I'm thinking, why can't I have sex with my partner? Before you were like an adult, but like, so when you were like high school, a kid, what was your opinion on people with autism? Be honest.
I didn't.
Where are you from?
Welcome back to the Making a Statement podcast. This is episode 18, and I accidentally effed up last week, and I called that episode 18 when I put it out.
Did you?
Hey, I noticed the next day, and I went and changed it because I was like, oh, we jumped the gun. But this is the official episode 18. We're back. We are uncensored, unfiltered, unscripted, and unedited. So we are just here breaking stigmas by having open, honest, raw, unfiltered conversations. Like, it doesn't get any like more true than that. Makingstatement.co.nz. You can go check us out. Go check out our merch. You can afterpay it, and it is Christmas time. I don't know if you'll get it in time if this comes out on Sunday, and Christmas is not that far away. But yeah, go get yourself some merch. Next to me, we got Brother E, my brother-in-law.
Hi, I'm Ethan.
And behind us, ones and twos, Cuzzy DJ TJ.
Kia ora, I'm Trevor.
Kia ora, Trevor. And our guest for tonight, happy to introduce Bree Dobson.
Yep.
So you're a creative spirit.
Yeah, definitely.
And your art is showcased on your Facebook page, Resin Design.
Yeah.
Is it Resin Design?
I think it's under your name, Resin Design. Yeah.
Resin Design.
Yeah.
And you're a suicide attempt survivor.
Yep.
So that's a hefty story to come.
Yeah, sure.
And you live life on the spectrum, and you're going to talk to us about that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. I'm really excited to be here, so thank you. And it's nice to be able to share this point of view of life. So I'm Bree. Yeah, I'm creative at heart and grown up with creative family, and I'm from the Manawatu, grown up here my whole life. And yeah, I am autistic, and I'm here to talk about that today and life around that, and yeah, how it's affected me and a few of the other people around me.
That's
and
massive.
hopefully shed a light on a bit of autism in because it's not as diagnosed, and yeah, we can talk about that, but yeah.
I'm super excited, eh?
I am too. No,
Especially like having Ivy and her being
and
autistic
she's
as well.
beautiful,
Like,
man, yeah.
I'm just super, like, because we don't know where it's going to end up, how she's going to be when she gets older, and it'd be nice to see how you've handled it and what goes on and how you
also just
think of
knowing
things
how
and-
support and things continues as you get older too, because it seems quite easy for kids in a way to get that support. So here to talk about those things as well.
That's cool. I feel like you're going to drop some gems, because there's a lot of parents out there that are maybe question marking, like, what is autism? How do I have this autistic child? What's their life look like? So I feel like you can kind of answer some of those.
Yeah, I'd love to. And it's a strength.
Yeah,
and
that's
let's shed
cool.
light on that
Superpower,
too.
but people call it that.
Absolutely, it so is.
I got some stuff to talk on that with Ivy as well.
Yeah,
So
100%.
Oh,
yeah.
weird.
That's cool.
Jinxed on the guest, not me and you this time.
So that means you owe her a load of T-bar.
I got her.
Well done.
Yeah, he's already ticked the box there.
Well, we might as well jump into it then, because that was a
He's
pretty
already
good plug.
started.
So you've not tried a loaded tea before?
No, I'm so excited about this.
You've heard about them?
Yep, heard about them.
They were at the
seen it.
Manifest.
Yes, and I
so were
missed
you.
out. Yeah, and
So were you.
was
So we're going to
I.
talk about that
Yeah.
too. What's your flavour? You've chosen something quite particular.
I think it was green apple and white grape
It was.
today.
That
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
nice. White grape's like my favourite. White
Okay.
grape and red grape. If you try loaded tea bars, those are my favourites.
Good to know,
This
good
is
to
green apple. I haven't tried this one before, but you've got a combination.
With toe energy.
Yeah,
and
I
without.
always have the
because
toe energy.
There was a reasoning behind that,
What's
and it's
that?
a little bit to do with the subject. So I'm on medication, and
Uh-huh.
I can't have caffeine after like 12 at midday. Otherwise, it interacts with my medication.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't also know that can happen as well. So it's something to keep in mind.
Wow,
So,
we'll talk
yeah.
about that more too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before our ice melts, we'll get you to try this. We call this true reviews. So we
Okay.
want to hear out of 10. And if you don't like it, that's
I'll
what
let
you
you
tell
know.
us.
I'll
You
let you
rate
know.
it low.
Alright.
But if you're like a majority of everyone else that tries the loaded tea,
Yeah.
the sugar-free supplement of a
Yeah.
substitute for an energy drink
Mhm.
with this amazing palette of flavours.
It's good for your digestive system.
Yes,
Alright,
with
there you
digestive
go.
support, with the aloe vera concentrate. So it's
Oh,
really, really quite
it's
a
all in
a pack
one.
of punch all up. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good. So
Pretty good.
you let us know out of 10 what
Okay.
you rate it.
I hope I made it well.
Oh, that's like solid 9.
Really?
That's good. Yeah, yeah.
It's refreshing, yeah?
I must admit, the ice probably let it down.
Oh, I know. Do you know
But
what?
that's today. It's
We
it's
only
so true.
just put that ice in. That's how hot it is.
That's what I was doing. That's what we were
That's
doing.
what you were
with-
just doing.
Yeah,
They
we
were-
were just putting the ice in it.
big cubes.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
That's
no,
how fast it melts.
That's fast. that's
But
quick.
when you really want to just
but I
indulge,
could tell this would be a 10, like 100% if it was cold.
Do you know
Yeah.
what I'm thinking we should do? We should get I should try find, I always work on ice machines. I should try find one that someone doesn't want anymore and bring it in here, and then we can just add ice.
Scoop it in as you
But
go along.
Straight and just fill it with ice.
that's from the get-go. You just overflow it with ice, and then it just melts, and it's real cold, and it will last, and it'll be nice, and it'll be
Yeah.
gangster. So
It's
we
still
need
nice,
that.
but definitely would like more ice.
But no, that's really good.
Okay.
That's really good.
So,
Awesome.
Cuzzy DJ TJ, what did you get?
I have One second. Sorry, guys. I'm sorting out my camera.
Whoa, that's different.
No,
Good.
keeps acting up. Okay. I got margarita.
Margarita.
Never tried it before.
I haven't tried that one either.
So, yeah.
He's taking a big scale.
He's going hard.
Damn.
Is that good?
That's pretty good. Damn good.
Oh,
You like that?
does it taste like alcohol? Is a margarita alcohol?
It kind
I
of
think
tastes...
it's like a syrup, but you can add alcohol maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure.
I'm pretty sure margarita is alcohol.
What do you reckon?
Out of 10.
I reckon it's a solid 9. Yeah.
Nice.
Nine. Okay. I want to jump the gun. I haven't tried this one.
Go on.
Green apple.
With
It's
toe.
one of those legendary flavors you said, that I didn't get to try because you drank them all.
Yeah. Smashed it.
Wow. That's on.
You like that?
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. I haven't had that. I'll give that a 9.
Yeah?
Yeah.
that's
Let's go.
all
9s
nine
across
so
the board.
far. Nice.
So I've got pineapple
Okay.
and pink lemonade.
I haven't tried pink lemonade.
No toe.
No toe. Where's your shoes at?
I ain't got shoes on either.
Oh, yeah, now I should take my shoes off.
No.
I feel left. Hey, what do you mean no?
Just no.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9?
10.
Oh, you had to.
That's so good. I reckon I like that more than the passion fruit mango. And that was
Okay.
my favourite.
It's a combination hack.
Bro, it's better.
I need to get
That
on
might
this.
be you next week, bro.
That's me next week.
Yo.
What is it again?
Pineapple pink lemonade.
Okay, I might have that next week too.
Yum. That's so good.
Mean. Well, that's loaded T-bar. I'm glad that
I'm
we all
gonna
like
to
it.
get in on that stuff. They're good.
Use
If
your
you,
code.
if you
Making
use
a
our
statement.
code,
Yep.
Making
Oh,
a statement. That's the
Yep.
code.
Come
capital letters, one word.
on. We're all
10%.
on it tonight.
Yo.
Yeah. Sorry.
So we'll jump into, we do a mental health check-in at the start of every episode. Out of 10, where are we at? Like kind of looking at the week that was, the reflection of it. Where are you sitting?
I would say like a 7. So pretty good, but could be better.
7's my
Just-
favourite number.
So there you go. So
Yeah.
a solid choice then. No, this week's been pretty good. I'm not dealing well with this heat, eh?
It's pretty
Not
hot, eh?
good, and it's not good for the sensory and things,
Mhm,
which we can also talk about once
Yep.
again. But yeah, no, this heat is rocking my world at the moment.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Hey,
see.
you mean in here or just in general?
Oh, in general,
Okay.
I don't do
Because I was
summer.
like panicking.
I know. I'd rather sit in winter is all me.
I'm the same.
Summer.
I'm the same in bed. Like, it's so much better to get into like a freezing bed and warm up than it is to get into a overheating
Yeah.
bed and try to cool down.
I hate
And
it.
have layers and
Yeah.
actually cuddle up in bed. Yeah,
I sleep
100%.
naked. Does anyone else sleep naked?
Yeah, I do.
You sleep
I
naked?
I
can't.
heard you're supposed to. Apparently, it's actually supposed to be quite good for you.
It's
I don't
comfortable.
know.
I think
What that means.
male wise, I think it is
Yeah.
good
Is
to
it?
let it breathe. Yeah.
Yeah, females too. Apparently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
True.
What
Well, you
about-
learn everyone should
Personally,
sleep
no.
naked.
Cuzzy TJ. You freeballing it in the bed?
No, I'm not actually.
Oh.
Oh.
Why? Do you have
So-
a reason?
Health advice.
No, I just
Health advice. Take
never
your
done it
undies off.
before.
It's good for you.
Well, I can't. Don't take me as a dog.
Yeah.
But there you
Health
go.
advice from the professional.
Do you, I always thought like people were like, oh, but what happens if a robber comes in? I was like, oh, well, they're getting their ass beat, and I'm going to be naked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't think you're really going to be. That might not be your first thought in
Nah.
that situation.
or
Yeah.
a fire.
And
Oh
they
well,
might
I'm going to
be
be
more-
standing there like this outside.
They might be a
like,
bit more shocked, a robber. Maybe they might not actually want to continue.
might scare them.
But you never know this.
It would be an additional layer to the threat.
Or
Or they
that
might
might
laugh at you.
encourage. You never know. It could encourage.
Yeah, true. P. Diddy comes and robs you, eh?
You had to drop the P Diddy on it.
And next topic.
Did you watch the documentary?
No, Shania was hitting me up today saying, oh, do you mind if I watch it? We're going to watch it together. And now she's at home with baby. I was like, oh, I'll let her watch it. But I was watching a little bit of it on my lunch break today, but I only got like 20 minutes in.
It's pretty good. Like, basically, the third episode is four-part series. The third episode is pretty much stipulating that he was involved with Tupac and Biggie's murders.
Right.
Like, both of them. And
I think I had already
like,
heard that.
They're pretty much, yeah, like Eminem's been dropping it in his bars for like the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it dropped some pretty heavy topics in the documentary then. Obviously it's P. Diddy, but
yeah.
yeah.
But it also had like footage like a few days before his arrest where he's like talking to the lawyer about like the case and shows him like not intimidating but trying to persuade the witnesses and shit like that.
Is this what I saw a Twitter post about 50 Cent buying the footage of P. Diddy because he didn't pay his videographer or something? So 50 Cent bought it off him and used the footage or
I'd
something?
imagine so, because he's the producer of the series.
Yeah, so I think that's what's happened.
Yeah.
So talking about him being a producer and stuff, I'm watching so Power, remember Power?
Power, yeah.
So
which was his
yeah, so there's like 5 different Power books and they're about different characters. So I'm watching the second one at the moment, which is about his son, which is pretty cool.
So that's 50 Cent behind that too.
Yeah, man, he does the whole thing. Oh, it's so sick, man. You need to watch it.
Oh, he's in
That's
quite a few.
insane.
I don't keep up with that kind of stuff.
I won't ruin it if you watch the first Power, but I could have said something just then that would have ruined the whole thing for you.
Yeah,
but it's
so on my
good.
bucket list. I just haven't had the time to do it.
Do you have Prime?
Yeah, I don't know. Like we just signed up.
It's on Prime, but you get all of it for free, all of the series. That's good.
No, legit. Like even Arohali keeps signing up to the ones outside the grocery shops. And then forgetting that she signed up to them, and then we just get like this monthly bill come out. It's like, where'd that go? And she's like, I don't know, to a tree. Why are we paying for this tree? Like
a tree?
Yeah, it's like foundations and
the
things
things
like that.
that sit outside the fountain.
Yeah, and then she always gets roped into whatever they're selling. She'll sign up.
Even a tree.
Tree, yeah. But I mean, yeah, shout out to the tree, but can't we just buy our own tree with that money?
That's odd.
Yeah, but anyways, I saw a few times there. So we got our Rangtahi Jar. For anyone that didn't realise, we do raise funds, and we are about to put this back into a, the idea is the youth in our community. So we're just trying to find which project, which way to do that. And that's what I was going to say is like we've kind of found what we're about to do with it. Did you want to talk on that?
Yeah. So recently, I think, did I speak on it last week about Ivy's show?
Yep.
So last week, Ivy had her first dance show. She's just done 2 terms of jazz.
That's huge.
She's super, and she got up in front of over 1,000 people.
That's amazing.
Which is,
It's a huge success for her. That's awesome.
So she definitely was overstimulated, which I was worried. The whole show I was worried about. I was texting the people behind stage, what's going on, running.
Sure the dance, the mother helps and things, have it all under control. So my parents were the exact same thing with dance shows with me.
So like I was like running as soon as her practice and dance was finished. I was running up behind the stage to check on her to make sure she was all good. So she went through that. She had an amazing teacher, the lady that runs the dance group, Live in the Movement. She's awesome. She's like, I went there, I didn't know what I was doing on her first rehearsal that I went to, and she straight away grabbed Ivy, showed her where her friends were, made sure she was all good, made sure I was all good because she could tell I was nervous. And just it was amazing, just the whole show, the whole production. Awesome. The support behind the scenes, everything was awesome. So we've decided to do a sponsorship for them. Amazing. So just a minor one this year. Just I think it's a little over $250.
Pretty much the funds that we've raised in this jar through swearing. That is what's about to go back into the sponsorship collaboration and just to support that. That venture for all of those kids that are going through those channels.
To continue it so that kids can have that support too, which is awesome.
Exactly. So we're doing that, and then do you want to shine light on what we're looking to do next year as well with it?
Well, I don't want to give away too much. Yeah, I think we'll wait until we've got a plan. Otherwise, we speak on something and then we leave that carrot dangling. It always happens, but we speak on it so far in advance that we're talking so far into the future.
Yeah, I think it will happen. Yeah, but we just have to make sure that it can happen.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So we've got a plan. So we've got plans.
We know when it is, but just if we can get
those final few things.
Yeah.
It's exciting though.
Yeah. So we've been making plans with the funds that we're raising through swearing on this podcast.
That's awesome.
It's quite a cool way to give back. It's quite fulfilling. Cuzzy DJ TJ. Yeah, shout out to Nana and Ethan. It was her idea. Cuzzy, how are you feeling out of 10?
I'm feeling a solid, I'd reckon. Sorry, 1 sec. I reckon I'm feeling a solid... Probably 9, actually. Just because, if anyone would remember who's watching this right now, I mentioned that I was moving out into my own house. Well, the tenants have moved out today, and they're cleaning the house tomorrow, and then the next day the house will be mine. So,
Do you need a hand moving?
oh yeah, I've got heaps of people, but you can come along.
Oh, yeah, cool. Oh, I'm happy to help.
It's helpful that it's just like fucking how many houses down the road? 5?
You saw.
I'll come and help you walk some stuff down the road.
Oh,
Are you going to do it after Mahi or are you going to do it on the weekend?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yep.
I can't help on Sunday.
No, it's okay.
I have church.
But I'm also doing it after.
Do you,
work.
oh, yeah.
Sorry, my
Why not Saturday?
Also Saturday. Yeah.
I can help Saturday.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll work that one out. And how else are you feeling?
Yeah, like Bree said, this hot weather is very
Hot?
hot. Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Especially being on roofs and that.
actually, the fun part today is that the house that we're doing, they have a pool at their house. Sorry, that did not make sense. But they had a pool at their house, and the owners grabbed us towels and said, if you accidentally fall off the roof, it's an accident.
I saw the video. It
So
didn't look
if-
like an accident.
If anyone's watching this after this episode, go check out DJ TJ and you'll see my coworker jumping off the roof, doing a manu
Into the pool.
into the pool.
On accident.
And his feet
On
looked hella hot.
Did you do one as well? Did you jump in?
I did one off the ground.
Were you
Oh, so you
scared?
did jump in.
Yeah, I did.
Mate.
I went in the pool. It
Why
was
didn't you
nice.
jump off the roof? Were you scared?
Yeah,
Because it didn't have scaffolding.
obviously.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. No, that's cool, cousin
Mate.
DJ. And plays going good. Theatres last week.
Yes, it's my last show weekends. Sorry, last show weekend. Yeah. If actually no, I can't even plug it because this will come out.
Too late.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But yeah, so it's my last show weeks and it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I mean,
So I already know that I'm gonna feel a little bit emotional from the final show because you've been with that bunch of people for so long, you start growing connections with them.
And working on something together,
Yeah.
also happy, sad, because you got through all the stuff that you worked so hard towards. So I think it was a bit like the mini fest.
yeah.
It was a bit like the mini fest, like putting all that effort into it. Then on the day, all that extra work we had to put in.
Yeah.
And then once it was over, when
It's
we were
over.
cleaning up and driving away, it was just such a nice feeling. It was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
It was
I
like
know.
fulfillment for me, bro. And it was like, I was like, okay, now starts the roadmap for 2026's Te Awaho Minifest. Like, from this moment, we're now building towards the next one. That's my mindset.
Yeah. So if you want to be on it,
Sponsor us.
sponsor it, bring a cart, whatever, send us a message.
Te Awaho Minifest 2026, bigger and better every year.
Mm.
How are you out of 10?
I'm great. I would say, I'm going to only say a 9.5 because of the heat. Again, same. It was stupid hot today and I've been real busy with work, but I've been good. Awesome. Kids are good. Went to church for the first time on Sunday,
Cool.
which was really, really cool. I wasn't sure how to take it. I hadn't been since I was a kid with my nana. And Angus invited us along to Vision in Palmerston North. I felt like it suited us a lot. There was a lot of younger people there. They did like a couple songs at the start with a live band and a few different, a few guys singing, and it's very upbeat and fun. And yeah, it was good. The kids had, so Ivy went into her own class and Layla also went into a preschool class, and they did arts and crafts and they did Bible studies and stories and stuff. And when I dropped them off, they were nervous. When they came out, they were asking to come back next week. So
Oh wow, that's huge.
yeah,
That's awesome.
so it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. And also, this should be out afterwards. I can't imagine. I won't say anything yet. I'll wait until it's signed on the dotted line. But I've got someone coming on for work soon, which will take a bit of stress off my plate, help me out a little bit coming through the summer, which is obviously the busiest time for us. So feeling like a little bit of stress off my plate. Happy time of year, Christmas. We just did that Christmas giveaway, which I dropped off to them today.
Massive.
Awesome.
So got to meet them.
How did they react to that?
Awesome.
Where were they?
they're great.
Foxton?
Palmerston North.
Oh, nice.
They live Tokomaru.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just a beautiful family. Their daughter has cystic fibrosis, and she's been on the funding for the tricatheter or something, I think is what it's called, for the medication that helps with the infections and stuff. So she's her hospital visits have dropped significantly from the years before she was on the medication. So it's good. They said that she's starting uni soon and whatnot. So it's just nice to hear that they're finally getting some positives.
Yeah, and it went somewhere worthy.
Yeah, I was stoked, man. When Shania pulled, because we had to go through like 1,000 comments, and there was a couple of other people that we were looking at, but just when we read this comment together, it was just it was a no-brainer. I was stoked to pick them. I didn't even question it. So no, it was nice. It was nice to be able to give back, and like I said, we went through years where we didn't have a lot and we couldn't buy certain things, and you know, we didn't even want to go and spend the $9 on some box of favorites and stuff because we didn't have that money. So it's nice to be in a comfortable situation and give back to people
Be
that.
able to help, eh?
Yeah,
You got to wait for them to go $5.
they were on sale for $7.99, and that was the big box.
Oh, you know.
It was the big box and the big box of roses.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good value for money.
Both of them were only like $8. Yeah, so it was pretty good. No, I pointed it out and said about grabbing them. So yeah.
Cool. No, mission
But yeah,
accomplished. Well
so-
done. So 9.5.
9.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be a 10 if it wasn't so bloody hot.
Yeah, bro. Fuck, it's stuffy. It's muggy. It's hard as well. Like, I work in an office, so
Yeah, it'd be horrible.
I see this beautiful weather outside, and I'm like, I want to be in it.
Yeah.
You
you're
come work with me.
Inside.
I'm in it all day. So
Oh,
does
yeah.
Trev.
You
Yeah.
come work with me too.
Nah, but when I say in it, I don't mean to be working in it. I want to be swimming and like fishing
Enjoying
and
it.
boat and
So we need to win lotto.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking, this is the thought process I had today whilst I was cleaning up the mess I made in the kitchen at work when I spilled my coffee.
Oh no.
And I thought to myself, money doesn't buy happiness, but if I had money, I would hire a maid and I wouldn't have to clean, and that would make me happy.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have to work.
Yeah, but the thought process behind the initial part, I mean,
Yeah.
that's it does buy happiness. That is
It does.
a happy purchase right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can only pay for
Toys
so
are
much.
happiness, right?
Yeah.
What type of toys?
Well,
Where are you going with this? Unfiltered.
Where are you
doesn't it?
going
You come
with
out the
this?
gate swinging with an unfiltered conversation, okay?
Yo.
no, just, you know.
Oh, like cars.
Like the-
Lego.
You said
Lego.
both.
Lego. for
Lego.
me.
Oh my gosh, Lego. Yes.
I haven't
Imagine
played Lego
all the
in
Lego.
ages.
And that's something you could buy
That
a
would-
lot and not get through all of it, you know? And there's a lot of hours of happiness right there.
Collectors would be happy because
Yeah.
they can just buy the things that they
Fidget
collect.
toys.
But then you run
Fidget
out of
toys.
Yeah.
like the ones you just gave my daughter.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Yes.
And-
She's stoked. Both of them were stoked actually.
Yeah, but now
So-
I've started arguments. So
No, you didn't, because Ivy's favourite colour is pink and Layla's favourite colour is yellow. So
is
that we're-
Ivy's yellow?
no, Ivy's is
No, hers
Ivy's is pink
Yeah.
and my youngest Layla
youngest
is
is
yellow.
yellow.
So
Oh,
they
yeah.
they just one
I'm
got
a
yellow,
yellow.
one got pink, so it was
Nice.
perfect. Yeah.
No, but there you go.
What
Yeah,
a cute.
that's awesome.
So
Thank
anyone
you
that
for that.
doesn't realise is Bree turned up knowing that brother E's daughter is autistic as well, and she came with some like purposefully built. You designed it and like created it, eh?
Yeah, we have a 3D printer at home and we make fidget toys just to help people. So mine are actually for my nail biting.
Right.
Yeah,
his
which
nails.
I
is
bite my
really
nails.
bad.
That's
My
why I wear a
youngest-
glove.
Oh.
It's
What?
not,
Is
but
it?
I'm going to start just saying there's a whole bunch of different. I'm just going to say that's why I wear a glove, and people will be like,
But then
why
you
did-
should wear two gloves.
No, 'cause
Or
I
do you
don't-
just let
At
those ones
least
get
one
bitten down?
hand. At least it's only one hand, you
Yeah,
know?
they're still doing half as good as if you bit two hands.
Yeah.
Oh no, twice as good.
Have you ever bitten them so bad that your fingers are bled?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Have you?
I've just had to spend like a month growing them to this point of not touching them. So
Well done.
Why
I
don't you
didn't
get
have
the-
nails.
Why don't you get the nail paint stuff?
I
Does it
eat
taste
through
nice?
it.
Yeah. So I
can
found it's
eat
yuck.
it off the brush. I'm that. Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
I wouldn't
Oh,
do
wow.
that. I wouldn't do
Well,
that. But
I'd try. I was like, I wonder how strong this actually
oh, I did
is.
that. I did that. I did that. I'm sorry. I did that.
No, I'm not eating this stuff.
Yeah, no. But I did do that. I just licked it off the brush. It wasn't nice. But I find like self-consciously, without even realizing it, that you put your fingers in your mouth enough where that
Bad
just wears
taste.
off because you've watered it down,
But also
and then
you
eventually it doesn't taste like
Get
anything.
used to bad taste.
Yeah, yeah.
And everyone goes, "What about the germs and stuff?" What germs? I don't think about that.
I used to work
So
at a pig
last-
farm
Yeah.
with no gloves on
I
and
saw
still
you.
white my nails.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm
100%.
working all day on dairy farms with cow shit and stuff. There's no way I wash my hands, I reckon, 10 times a day.
Yeah, see,
Because I can't even eat nothing. As soon as I've touched that, like I won't even go to the toilet after touching that. I'll wash my hands, go to the toilet, then wash my hands again. Because I don't want to get cow shit and that.
I don't think I process quite the seriousness of germs, I just don't care.
Because you can't see them.
Yeah, it's not a literal thing. It's not something that processes through my mind very well. So
Yeah,
until I get sick.
Yeah.
Prove the point.
I don't like it. I'm real weird about like messes, and I don't like being dirty, and like I always have to shower. I have to shower every single day at least once.
Messes
sometimes
the
twice.
best.
Sometimes I shower before the gym and then shower again.
I would not purposefully shower before the gym.
I don't like being
that doesn't make sense.
Grimy. I don't know. I just don't like it.
I appreciate that as someone else who goes to the gym, though. I mean, everyone. It would be nice if everyone. Maybe we should do that. Just be better people for everyone else at the gym. Shower before the gym and afterwards.
Then the butt crack sweat you leave on the seat isn't going to be like contaminated. It's going to be fresh.
Well,
yours is contaminated with your sharts.
Why do you have to try and take it there every time?
Well, I just did it before you did it.
Why'd you shart?
No, I didn't.
Well, shut up then.
Shut up.
Where am I at out of 10?
Yeah, where are you out of 10?
9. I'm at a 9. I feel really good. I'm still just, on the come downs from the mini fest. I'm so glad that went as well as it did. And I want to talk to you. Like, how did you find the day?
I loved it. So that was my first one to go to, and so I helped out in the barber shop with Krista doing the hairdressing. It was awesome. It was so nice. Community. That was like the biggest thing I noticed was just the sense of community. I'm not from Foxton. Never lived here or anything, and I did grow up in Fielding. And when I was there, it was a bit more of a small town community, and so it was nice to see that again, and kind of that it still exists, because, with phones and stuff, it's easy to have a Facebook community, but it's nice to see that everyone's getting together and stuff. And
factual.
Yeah, and it was awesome. I did your daughter's here, which was really cool, and I actually had guests along the way, just interacting with her. And I was like, wow, she's just such a cool kid, and love how she can be herself too, which a lot of people don't know they can still do them with it. So it was really cool to see her do that in front of so many people and everyone love it.
We do get that. We get a lot of people like fall in love with her just because she's so she's definitely different, but in such a good way. Like you said before about superpowers. Like today we got some photos sent to us, and she's just passed the next stage of her literacy and stuff. Like she's I'd say she's near on top of the class, if not top of the class. She did super well. She got second in sprints, third in high jump, third in shot put in athletics.
That's awesome.
Which she strikes me as super unco when she runs and stuff. Like we watched her play soccer. She didn't seem like she'd be that sporty. And I went down and watched the athletics day, and she's quick as. Like, I don't know where it came from, but she just all of a sudden... like she keeps doing these things that just amaze me. Like the dance, I was very worried all day about the amount of people that were there and how she would react, because I know what she's like around loud noises. And
lights, loud noises. You're on a stage, the stage gets hot with all the lights. That was always, one of the things for me that was overstimulating.
You did it too? Dance?
Yeah, so I danced growing up. My parents put me on the stage and stuff. I loved it. Yeah, it never got very serious because it was very overstimulating, but there's also that it helps sensory too, because you've got something I'll talk about, but you've got an extra sense that movement is really important of. So loved it growing up, but shows. And then you got pressure from teachers, which is hard to process sometimes, and everyone else is stressed. So it's a big time of year as well. So awesome that she did it and got up there. And
it was amazing. And I think as well, like one of the points we made with the teachers was that she is autistic. So she may zone out or be interruptive sometimes and stuff like that. There's certain things that she'll do. You might notice that she walks around, like I said before, she did her stimming thing. She'll do that, and don't worry. Like if you notice her doing it a lot, maybe just let her sit in another room or something, just to wind down a little bit and then come back on. But like I was saying, during her performances, I was going up getting her, and after the training, before there was anyone on the stage, just the lights, she came off and she wouldn't even talk. She was like out of it. Like I was like, "Are you okay?" In a way, Yeah, and she was just like, and it was from that. That was just her practice on the stage before the performances. So she came off that. She couldn't talk. I took her on a lunch break. We went and sat down in McDonald's, and then we just sat in the car for a little bit and just chimed out, just had a conversation.
Debrief, yeah.
And then we went back. She had her first performance. She came off. She was super excited. She's like, "Did you see me? Did you see me? Oh my God!" Like, and she just gave me a huge cuddle, and I bloody cried, and I was so proud of her.
Yeah.
And then they did the final performance, and all of the kids, I think it was 220 plus kids on the stage, plus all those people in the crowd, all the music, the lights. I went off afterwards, and she ran straight into my arms, cried. She's like, "I need you," and I was like, "Oh, like." So
and
that's how I knew.
And it's also finished now as well. So now, like for me, the end, always ran because it was like it's over. I can just let it out now.
Yeah.
Mum or Dad's here. Come here. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's just like, I need you, and I just cuddled her and made sure she was all good. She calmed down, and then the first thing I said before anything was, "Did you enjoy it?" She said, "Yes." I said, "You want to do it again next year?" Because I didn't want her to forget how fun it was.
Yeah.
And then next year she just remembers being overstimulated and freaking out and not wanting to do it.
Remember the fun part of it, eh?
Yeah. And now she says she wants to do jazz and hip hop. So now we're going to have two dance
Twice as
classes.
much dancing.
Yes, but I said to Naya, I was like, we've just been given a manga whaikaha. Have you dealt with them?
And I'm in their current wait list.
Cool. So we've just got through it.
What's that?
Awesome.
Yeah. So they do funding and stuff like that for disability.
Disabilities.
Yeah. So we've just been granted, I think, like $3,500 a year.
That's amazing.
Towards like her dancing, swimming lessons. I think we're getting like a tablet or a laptop or something for her to do learning on.
Yep.
It can also be for anything like trips to the zoo, that sort of thing.
Like
so
educational purposes.
yeah, anything. It has to be for her though. Like we can't go and pay for the family to go and do something. It's only for her, and I think they like manage it pretty hard out.
Yeah, it is quite well managed, but it's also if you need help with extra people, extra support and stuff, they can help with that. And they don't just do mental disabilities, from what I understand. They do physical disabilities as well. And I think the Manawatu based, but
I'm not 100% sure.
But they do help a lot of people. The only thing is wait lists.
Yeah, are you on the wait list, did you say?
Yes, I've just been currently going through so I did my first initial thing and application, and I've heard back, and I'm still just getting some more information back. Sometimes they need extra stuff. And then hopefully get some support with just it'd be nice for my family as well, not to have to be my support.
Yeah. So does it work exactly the same, like the same type of funding he's applied for on behalf of? Would you just be basically applying for that for yourself because you're of age?
Yeah, so individuals of age and families can do it. Families of adults can as well if they are needing. So
depending on where they're at.
What their life is like, and if they're still involved with their families. Some families need help to find somewhere else for a person to live, one of their children to live or something. So they can also, they've got connections as well, which is pretty important these days too.
Good to know there's the support networks out there, eh?
100%.
Before I finish up my week, I need to talk on something.
Oh no, what is it?
I got a guy out of a crashed car, bro.
Oh yeah.
That shit's crazy.
Do you know the weird thing was, I didn't
Crazy.
even know you'd done that, but I drove down, I woke up in the morning, right? Went to have a shower, because I was going to the gym, so I went to have a shower, like I said before, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Courteous for your bull sweat.
So 5 o'clock in the morning, I wake up, no lights on, whatever. I go to have a shower in the dark, because I was like, I'm still trying to wake up. So I put the hot water on, I walk away, go to turn the jug on. I press the jug down, right? Don't even correlate to what's going on. But I go to get back in the shower. I'm like, oh, fuck, the water's cold. So I wrap my towel around me, bear in mind, I'm butt naked. So I wrap my towel, I run around outside, I check, one of my gas bottles is empty. All right, turn it off, turn this on. So I've done all of this. I go back inside, still cold. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I was like, why have we got no hot water? And then I'm like, okay, so I'll turn the light on, make sure I'm not fucking around. I turn the light on, no light. I was like, what the hell? So I walk back out, check the jug. The jug's not on. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I walked up to the board, the meter's out. I'm like, there's no power. I was like, great way to start the day. So I was like, angry, couldn't have a shower. So then I start driving to work, and I'm driving past your place. Bear in mind, I haven't seen your post yet. I'm driving, I just see all these flashing lights, like 6 power code trucks, a whole new pole getting lifted up. And I was like, oh shit, someone must have hit that pole. And then I got to the gym. I was sitting there waiting for Angus to show up. And I opened Facebook and boom, the first post is I had to get this guy out of his car. And I was like, no shit. I was like, someone did hit the pole and Dylan had to go and save them. I was buzzing out. Like,
bro, I was just like, literally, I was just editing the podcast. Like, I was in the lounge, glasses on, dressing gown. I'm naked, dressing gowning. And then I think I was just finishing up. It was like kind of just after midnight. And I kind of like looking forward to the fact that I'd just done what I was doing. And I just heard the craziest fucking noise, bro. And I was just like, oh, what was that? Like, hell no, is that something? And then I stood there and I was registering it and I was like, is that something? And then I heard all the dogs starting to bark around the street and I was like, fuck, that's something. That's something. And so I went outside, and when I went outside, I seen the neighbour from next door coming outside too. And I walked out the drive and seen the car just fucking in the middle of the road just outside the house, bro. Like, it's like, what the hell? And there's a roll and it's like munted, like it was a ute and its cab was snapped in half, and obviously it's hit the power pole.
Yeah, that's really not good.
And the neighbour jumped straight on the phone and I ran straight to the car, and the bro's like screaming in the car and that, and I'm like going up to it, like getting like pre-post traumatic stress. Like my brain is going, man, there's dead people, there's broken splattered like brains, there's fucking arms trapped.
It's gonna be like a movie or something.
Broken everything. Like I'm just like, oh no, like what am I approaching? But there's no other choice. I'm the only one out there. I'm like, I have to do something. Yeah. And so I'm like, fuck. And so I go out to the ute, bro, and like everything's squished and broken all over the ground, and like there's like shit like from inside the ute just like splattered and squished everywhere. And I'm like, man, there's gonna be a person. And then he was conscious, and he's like, because the ute was on its side, and he was like trying to stand up. And he was stuck in the ute. And I'm like, in my brain thinking Grand Theft Auto, like the car's on its side, it's going to blow up. Like that's what happens. So I don't know, like, bro. And like, I'm just out there bare feet and dressing gown, bro. And there was just broken glass all over the road. And I didn't even think about any of that. I just ran straight to the car, and like I'd had to like just push and pry and like try and fucking break this window. I didn't smash the glass. We like caved the window in because obviously the ute's off.
The front window?
No, it was the back window.
Oh, yeah.
And got the back window pried like all the way open enough for him to be able to squeeze out. So I helped him out the top and helped him off the ute. And he was in shock, like really in shock. Like you could just tell, like, you know, his world was absolutely upside down, literally.
Yeah.
And I sat him down on the grass. And by this point, more neighbours are starting to come out, and this other neighbour's like, can I do anything? I was like, get some water, and how's the police? Where are the police coming? I'm like trying to control the situation and shit.
Yeah.
And like he was just not injured. Like
he was fine.
Yeah, like well, he had scratches, but you can't ever fully know like until he had to go away in the ambulance. Obviously, does he have concussion and that? But like for what it was,
no broken.
The car's gone into a power pole. The ute is snapped in half. It's rolled on its side. Everything on the ground is splattered. It's caved in. The vehicle's a write off, and this dude just jumps out the front off the top of the ute, and he's just got. I could see a couple cuts from like the glass in there, but he's not broken. Yeah. He's not punctured. Wow. He's not.
He's walked away.
He's all good. And
they've got to put a 10x star rating on this.
On that ute. Yeah, bro. Like, but I was just traumatizing myself as to everything going on in my brain in that moment, approaching that ute, that I still can't fathom that I look back at that situation and it was that, like he was fine. He was okay.
They actually say, like, when it comes to, obviously it depends on how bad the crash is, but if you're asleep or drunk and fall asleep or anything like that, because your body just goes flimsy, it moves with it. Yeah. So you actually are better off. Like it's safer if you've had a crash like that than if you're just driving straight into something.
Yeah, he said he fell asleep.
So
he must have. I asked, are you drinking? Like, what's going on? He go, I fell asleep, bro. Don't know what happened. I just fell asleep.
Was he working or something?
I don't really know.
Is this late?
Yeah, it was like 12:30. I don't know. It was a work ute though, because he called his missus when I sat him down, and he had to give her the news, and he was. I don't think he'd be in the dog box, but he was shitting himself.
I think it's never a nice thing to have to tell anyone anyway.
Nah, yeah, and like the situation, like it was. it was a crazy experience. And anyways, I made sure he was okay. Neighbours are pouring out of all their houses. Arohali's still asleep, so I go home to tell her, like, hey, like, this has just happened, and like she come out, and we had a chat with the other neighbours about what had happened, and just seeing if anybody needed help. And we were I was the first one there, but then everyone else was kind of first on the scene, and we kind of catered to him and tended to the situation whilst the fire came, and made sure no traffic came, and all that kind of shit. And then the police turned up, and fire trucks and that turned up. Roger turned up, and I was like, okay, sweet, I want to go to bed now. It was like 1:30 in the morning by this time. And I couldn't find my glasses, my reading glasses, to get ready for my work the next morning. I was like, fuck, I've left them, and I've like lost them in the wreck, or I don't know what's happened.
They're in the truck.
Next minute I'm going up and down the street with the police and their torches and everything, and we're doing a search party for my glasses. But what had happened is when I'd seen what had happened, in the moment I had just grabbed them and threw them off. And like flashing back to it, because there was a lot of adrenaline going at that time, I recall going like, I don't want my glasses to get broken if like I'm jumping in this, or this is happening. Like,
so you threw them?
No, but I must have like, they were on the grass. They were on the grass.
Okay, that makes sense. Because you're like, I don't want them to get broken.
No. I threw them onto the grass, but we did a search party. It's like 2:00 in the morning, going up and down the street with all the police. Look, because I didn't want to go to work the next day without my glasses, and like these were expensive, so I was like, I don't want to buy another pair.
Glasses are
expensive. I need good karma out of this, not no fucking extra cost of buying new fucking glasses.
Yeah, insurance will cover that one.
Just say it was involved in the accident. But that was just crazy relief that this guy's fully okay.
And walked away. That's crazy.
Walked away, and just a couple cuts, and I'm just I was, I think, more. No, I wouldn't say that, but I was traumatized at the situation. Like, I was preparing for the worst. Like, there was not a part of my being that was like, okay, I'm walking up to this ute, and there's this guy that's going to just pop out of it, and he's all good. That's not what was in my brain.
Not when you
probably would.
My brain, bro, was just like, oh fuck, bro. Like, do I if he's like broken neck, do I touch him? Like, how do I engage with this situation? Like, everything in my brain from health and safety, bro, is like pouring through my brain, and it's like, what am I gonna have to do? Like, this is gonna be whatever. Like, I was even thinking, like, how many people were in this car? I didn't know there was just him. I thought there could have been passengers. Like, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking there's multiple people involved in this accident. With this car's ridden off outside my house. What do I do?
This is where Think On is helpful for us.
Yeah, we just went through
about this stuff.
First aid tutorials, which comes in handy having that in the memory bank. So the fact that we've been editing those videos is probably beneficial for our future.
Good reminder, eh?
Yeah, and another good reminder. This is another tragic thing that happened just down on our same street. On the following morning this morning was a big house fire, and 2 people locally have lost their lives in that. So that's tragic, and a really timely reminder, one, that anything can happen to anyone at any time. Like, that's facts. Factual. Anything can happen. Yeah. But test your fire alarms. Make sure you got your batteries. Make sure they're up. And it's just horrible.
Yeah, I got woken up by that this morning, about 5 o'clock, I think.
I thought it was a police chase. Because there was sirens on sirens.
It was a long, I think, is it, Trev, if it's a longer alarm, does that mean it's a fire?
What, the fire alarm?
The fire alarm, if it's longer, because it was on for ages.
No. Okay, so here's how it goes. If the fire siren goes real quick, that either means they have enough people so they don't need to put the siren back on, or it's a training. If they usually do it long, that means they're waiting for people. They're still trying to get like the other firefighters' attention, so not everyone's there yet, so they don't have a full crew.
Or it's massive and they need as many people as possible.
Yeah, they had to call for backup.
Yeah, usually. Because if something's real bad, they'll, like, for example, if something happened out at Foxton Beach will attend to the site. If they need someone else, they'll call Foxton. And if it's real bad, they'll need to call Levin. Levin is our biggest fire station around the area. So they have like all of the chemical trucks. They have higher class trucks than us. And if anything bad happens, like chemical wise, like a oil tanker falls over in Foxton Beach, live-in will come over here to deal with it. So yeah.
Shout out to our local Foxton Fire Brigade and the Live-In Fire Brigade.
Yeah,
and the Foxton Beach Fire Brigade.
So I went to go to work and I like pulled out my driveway and I like was facing that way and I saw like white smoke and I was like, fuck, that looks more than like a chimney. Why would anyone have a chimney? It's not that cold. I was like looking at it. So I went the 4 square way rather than turning right at Eddie's roundabout. So I went towards that and then I got to the end where that long corner is and there's like cops. I looked down the street. I went, holy shit. And I could see the fire and there's like fire trucks all up the street. People are all out of their houses up the street. Like it was crazy. And then I went back around and I could see it like, the house was done. Like it was gone.
That's
horrible, so it's terrible, man. So tragic and scary. So scary, man. Because it just happens so fast.
Anyone.
Anything can happen at any time.
Yeah.
I remember when I was at Nana K's before she obviously passed, but I was chilling. Oh no, it was like the middle of the night. I think it was like maybe 1 o'clock, and then I for some reason woke up, and I was like, oh, what the hell? So I walked out to go play the Xbox low key because I was bored. And then I just seen Nana K like standing at the window, just looking, and I just seen a bright orange tint. And do you remember that house out the back that caught on fire? Oh, well, rest in peace to this guy too, because he was a... what is it called? I don't want to sound too rude. He couldn't, like, he was just paralyzed. And I witnessed there was a fire behind the house, and I was like, oh, wow, that's a big fire. And it was only like a couple days later that I found out someone actually passed in that house, and you felt all like, oh, your heart like sinks. You're like,
there's a different tone to it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's tragic.
And sometimes you don't realise if it's serious or like people can light fires and silly.
Yeah, of course.
Like, you know, outside and stuff. So if you see some fire, but then you find out and it's just like, oh.
Well, there's also the tragic Sanson Fire situation.
Mm-hmm.
There's been fires all over the place lately. Crazy amounts.
Massive, like, not house fire, but we had the massive one in National Park.
Yeah. And there's been like buildings in Wellington, buildings in Palmy, buildings up north. Like
they
just
got the
random,
arson for the Palmy one.
But there's so much. It's like it's a fad now. Like it's like people think it's cool to light fires. Like why is there fires everywhere?
There's always been a thing though. There's always been a problem. Even when I was a kid, people would light the letterboxes on fire, I
can't say I've ever lit something on fire. I've done like cascade bombs and blown them up.
I've shot. I'm the opposite. I've shot fire extinguishers. That used to be my thing. Was steal fire extinguishers out of the bus borough and go and shoot that at people.
If anyone's looking for their fire extinguisher, ask Dilz. He's got them.
I used to have a collection of them. But the Sanson Fire situation, it was ugly circumstances that apparently he murdered his kids and his wife, and then himself, he killed himself.
Just horrible, eh?
And my granddad...
What kind of headspace does someone have to be in? Like, that's pretty sad.
It was all apparently, like, predetermined.
Yeah, you know, like, just... But, you know, headspaces too. Like, people do that.
Yeah. My granddad was actually one of the last people to see them.
Yes.
So he had taken his dog for a walk across the road in Foxton at the park.
He told me about it.
And those kids patted his dog.
It's heavy, eh?
Yeah, and then they went home to that day. Like it was actually to the point where like my granddad's mate that walks his dog at the park as well at the same time. He was a part of had to go give his statements and that to the police and that, because obviously they were tracking this dude's movements. Yeah. And that's just crazy. That's powerful. That's heavy. I know it must weigh on his mind a little bit because he's said it to a few different people.
No, it's just something you just think over. Right?
Yeah, like at the time it was just, you don't think about what potential.
Say hello, goodbye, pet the dog, and have a good day.
Facts.
Sorry to correct you, Dilz. It was his wife is alive, but his 3 kids ain't.
Oh yes. I think I heard that there was like an intention for her to be a part of the situation, but I don't want to speak on what I don't know. I've just heard that through talkings.
Pretty heavy though, eh?
Yeah, heavy.
For that mum, she's not, and obviously lost her family. That is so horrible. But she's lost that home and her bed to go home to after this horrible thing. That's awful. Really? You don't even get a place to go and just cry, let it all out. You've lost everything.
Yeah, I read the news articles that came from it, and she was actually like one of the things she was also traumatized by was the fact that I think they had a baby that wasn't like it didn't survive or had passed away or something,
So
and lost all of the memories and like the ashes and that.
Yeah.
So
they would have lost pretty much every memory anyways, because all the photos, everything, all their clothes.
Yeah.
You know, like we keep some of the kids' clothes from when they're babies and stuff as like memorabilia of when they were that age. So like like pretty much everything. The only thing she's going to have is the photos on her phone.
Yeah. And thank goodness for technology.
Yeah.
But, horrible.
No. Kazi DJ TJ, we will lighten the mood with a hot topic. Okay.
Hopefully.
We haven't pulled one yet.
of course.
We don't know what's going to come out of this, though. It could be anything. As you're aware, you've put something in this yourself. All of our guests that come through put their subject, their one-liner, their sentence, their question into that box. It could be anything, and whatever it is, we will speak on it.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty. Top of the morning to you. It's not actually the morning. Okay. Okay, this is a little debate.
Debate.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's only a debate if we don't agree on one point.
Oh, you can't actually. This is very awkward.
He must know we're about to disagree.
Just read it.
Samsung or iPhone?
Oh,
iPhone.
There's no debate.
No debate.
No.
Fuck Samsung.
Yeah.
A fulfillment in that feeling of pain. Like, what is it that you're achieving by getting that threshold?
Sometimes it's nice to feel something, just something. You can, like, feeling numb can almost be more distressing than feeling depressed or anxious for me personally, because feeling numb is like, there's really nothing. You're almost like, for me, it's almost I'm dissociated.
Where did that?
That's terrible.
But actually, no, I'm joking.
Nah,
You're iPhone as well, bro.
I will admit, I'm new to iPhone. I've always been MacBook.
You got them a couple of years ago, eh?
I got,
Did you get them together?
2 years ago, yes. I think Aroha Lee was always iPhone, and I tried to convert her to Samsung. So I accidentally put her iPhone through the washing machine. Yeah, and so I replaced it. Yeah, well, it sounds like I was conspiring against her phone because she was on with the enemy. But, you know, I put I put the iPhone
a whole plan to this.
through the washing machine. I just put my AirPods through the washing machine
They
last
should
week.
still work.
Nah.
That's
Mine still work.
heartbreaking.
Your
man.
AirPods. Mine just don't even
Are
have
they
a
just
light.
really clean now?
Nah, they're not, because I wear them every day at a dirty job.
Earwax ass.
Yeah, I wear Shania's ones to the gym just so that I get clean ones for the gym.
Thing.
Yeah, but no, mine are good.
hacks.
But I have noticed since they went through, I get like this weird like ticking thing through it every now and then.
I might try and put mine on the charger and see if it like
Put them in a bowl of rice.
recharges it for life. I thought that was a myth.
No.
Have
you
my
never done that?
sister recently did this. She left her phone with the charger up in her back pocket and it got rained on while she was walking. She put it in a bowl of rice so it started working again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I had a bro.
But I don't know. Maybe it was just you give it time and it starts
Don't know if the
working.
rice did it.
I wonder if Mythbusters has like done that.
Cuzzy Trev, can you Google it in the background? But I had a bro, Luke, and shout out bro Luke. He had an iPhone 3 or 4. It would have been like this long ago. Maybe an iPhone 5, maybe. We would have been like 18. And we were drinking in the shed and we were smashing back this bottle of Jack. And we spilt it on the phone. And I remember this phone got all sticky and I was like, oh, shit. And it started getting like not working because it got moisture in it. So it was like, okay, we'll put it in the oven. We're drunk as shit. Well, we'll put it in the oven for like just 10 seconds.
Heat it up a little bit, evaporate
and it will demoisturize it.
Not cook the phone.
Not cook the phone.
How high did you have the oven?
I can't recall that statistic.
They put it in the oven. I don't think they were that specific.
Yeah, it was
all the way up.
Yeah.
On grill.
It's like you're baking a pizza. So that's probably all I knew was just pizza. So I turned it to pizza mode, put the fucking phone in the oven, and then we pulled it back out, and it goes, your phone is overheated.
No shit.
Yeah, funny that.
And safety measures means it's turned off or whatever. The warning signs were like, we'll put it in the freezer, and then in like 10 seconds it should be sweet. And then we put it in the freezer, and it never worked ever again.
Oh, interesting.
So,
you can put things in, like
stuff.
people do put things in the freezer to then test them, like like when you like do like a factory test or something, they'll like cool them down to see.
See, my logic.
So I think it may have been the oven. Just a little gut feeling there. I'm not sure.
Expanding
But
the
then a
battery,
freezer,
maybe,
I
and
don't
then
know.
shrinking, expanding, shrinking. I don't know.
It
I probably would have
been-
just not done that at all.
Yeah, but like
Probably
latest
would've
model
kept the
iPhone at the
drink
time, it should have
on
been
it,
more
yeah.
durable.
You know, like the conversation is rice. So I don't know where people get oven and freezer out of it. But
No, we didn't know the rice hack at that
I
time.
don't think there was much thought process behind it.
I was putting my like old, like what were they? The Sony.
Wives,
What were they? The phones that everyone had. They were just a normal.
I had was it a Sanyo? I had a flip top Sanyo.
It wasn't a flip flop. It was just a standard.
Oh, the bricks.
Nokia?
Kind of.
Nokia.
Yeah.
No, it was like it was like the most common phone out.
Blackberry.
But I remember like the Pinkalicious and the Silverlicious.
Oh, and I had the Silverlicious.
Oh, those were like handy phones at that time.
No, that was like before. Like, this was like 2-3 years after that. I can't
I got
remember.
a phone really late. We didn't have technology very much in my house, so I
Yeah.
was probably high school.
What was your first phone?
Some of one of those like smartphones from the warehouse.
Oh, yo.
Yeah.
They got
They
to the
worked,
Wi-Fi. Like
yeah.
I used to have to download my ringtones, and they were like $2 a ringtone. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was expensive. Or
Yeah.
like you somehow find a hack to get it in there, or you record it on your phone.
Haha,
When someone
you said,
plays it on their
yo.
phone, and then you
Yeah,
use that
the real
sound.
botched ass recording.
Yeah, so bad. Yeah, no. But I remember I got an iPod though, so that was just like the phone.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually use the phone.
The
very
touch,
much.
or was this
It
before
was
the
an
touch?
iPod Touch, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the
By
iPod
that
and it
point,
had the
that was-
wheel, and I used to like doing the
Yeah.
circles, and it would go through all the list.
Yeah, I remember in hospital I had to take that because it was the only technology that we had that didn't have a camera on it, and you weren't allowed a camera in the ward
Oh.
and other things. But yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So we weren't allowed to take technology with cameras. So if you wanted to listen to music, like you'd have to find a Walkman almost. Like
Like an
kids would have
MP3
Walkmans,
player?
yeah,
That's
MP3
OG.
players, yeah.
That's OG.
I had a mean
The
one.
CD ones that you
Yep.
can get,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
What
Like, yeah.
hospital? Talking about hospital.
Ah, yes, sorry. This is one of the youth wards, actually, Rangtahi unit down in. It's down Kapiti way. Is
Okay.
it the? I can't remember what the hospital's called, but it's a youth ward for at-risk kids.
Okay.
What were
Right.
you at risk of at that point?
I was just at risk of myself and kind of my family around me, so I was trying to self-harm a lot.
From like depression or.
Well, at this point, we had kind of no idea what was really going on. So I got diagnosed with autism at 20, so pretty late, and so we went through the whole, depression. So yeah, there was depression off it, but whether it was just depression by itself,
Yeah.
or if it was based of not understanding, not coping with life,
Mm.
100%.
Did you? Because I noticed this is before Ivy was on her medication.
Mm-hmm.
She would get very angry about things.
Mhm.
Did you struggle a lot with anger?
Oh yeah. We still have toddler tantrums in my household.
Do you-
My
23.
wife has those.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I, have
I don't
full-
think that's
yeah.
specific to you. I think that's just in general.
tantrums. And it got really big. It's not understanding,
Your
and it's
emotion.
not being able to stop it. So I remember getting really angry, and then getting angry that I was so angry and doing these things that I got more angry because I couldn't control it, and I didn't understand why and what was going on. So
Yeah.
got physical and things.
I've noticed Ivy's done that to herself actually before.
It can
she's
be just
done
a massive
something-
calming thing as well to self-harm. For
Yeah.
example, hit.
Yeah,
It's a
she's
sensory
hit her
thing.
head before.
Yeah,
so.
it's a massive calming thing for some people is to hit their hair, hit their head, hit their chest is a really common one because you get a lot of, you get vibration from it, you get movement as well. So there's a bit more than just that touch, and it's also distracting you from what your brain is ticking over and over and over. Like some people say, "Oh, I've stubbed my toe, I'll stub the other one to like even it out." It's kind of like, so I had a really bad habit of self-harming, but I found that it also this is where it gets a little bit confusing, so I'll try say it right. You have interoceptive in you, so I don't pick up like pain the same. So I'd need like a really intense pain, so I'd start self-harming. That's why I have piercings, because it was an alternative, and tattoos is an alternative to self-harming.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get tattoos or piercings, so I liked them in the first place. I got them because I was like, oh, it's an acceptable way to self-harm, pretty
Mhm.
much. People aren't going to be like, what's that?
Yeah.
When you have scars and things.
So
So
is that what you were doing, cutting yourself?
I was actually scratching myself until being raw. So I would have big strips down my arm with just no skin.
From your fingernails?
Fingernails, even not having any fingernails.
I was going to say, was that before you started biting your
No,
fingernails?
so I've always been in my fingernails since
Right.
I was a little kid. I would use shampoo bottles. So any straw, I'd find a way to use that. Sticks, anything. Became quite like, in that moment, did not care, need to feel this. I don't feel anything kind of thing. So
what would you like? How do you find a fulfillment in that feeling of pain? Like what is it that you're achieving by getting that threshold?
sometimes it's nice to feel something, just something. You can, like, feeling numb can almost be more distressing than feeling depressed or anxious for me personally, because feeling numb is like, there's really nothing. You're almost like, for me, it's almost I'm dissociated from where I am. So bringing that pain it's like a shock back to reality kind of thing. One of the helpful ones that I learnt was ice under the eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Because you've got quite a few nerves and stuff there. Really good shock technique. So I just chuck an ice pack under my eyes, and that was a good alternative.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have alternatives to start with.
Was this after you found out why?
Yeah, so I went through a lot of therapy and counselling. I went through, at the time it was called CAFS. Now it's called CAMS. It's the hospital mental health system. And I went through that for, from 15 onwards until 18 when you move out. Well, get discharged into adult, or you've progressed enough that you don't need any more help. So
Yeah.
I worked a lot on why I self-harm, and self-harm was never to have a suicide attempt. For me, self-harm was a completely different aspect of life, nothing to do with suicide. So, and I also never purposely did it. I actually purposely did it almost in a safe, I'm not saying it's a safe way, it was just a very silly way, but for me it was safe. I wasn't going to bleed and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
What if you mind sharing, what medication is it that you're on? Are you on risperidone?
Yeah, no, so at the moment I've been on many, but at the moment I am on escitalopram, which is like citalopram, but it's got a little bit an added thing, so it does. And then I'm also on quetiapine.
I think I've heard of that.
Which some people use.
Antidepressant?
Yeah, so
it
can be
yeah.
used as quite a wide variety of things. It's main, because each medication is in a category. It's kind of how they finish the name. So quetiapine is like, pine is the last bit of it. And from what I understand, they are for psychosis. So I went through psychosis treatment as well. And it's just something that I've kind of stayed on because it does help with sleep. I recently just come off lithium, which was, it's a lot of opinions about, so it's called
I'm thinking
lithium.
batteries.
Yeah. So it's lithium carbonate is the name of it, the term of it, and it's a risky one. You have to get regular blood tests. It can affect your organs. But for me, it worked amazingly for balancing me out. So I'm now not on it because I did not want to continue with a medication that had that kind of risks. But I appreciate the doctors for putting me on it at that time, because I think it really just helped level everything out. And I was able to then learn techniques, strategies, skills to manage while I wasn't in that super heightened or low space. So yeah, it was one of those things that help you. It's almost like some people say they'll learn an auto so they can learn the roads before they drive a manual.
Right.
So kind of thing.
That's a really cool way to put it.
Yeah, so I kind of used medication to help learn things a bit easier, and now I don't need that medication to do it. But I was very against medication when I was first put on it as a teenager. But the best thing my mum ever said was, a diabetic may have to take insulin just to get the levels right. You just need to take something to get the levels in your brain right. That's all it is. It's not anything more, you know. Sometimes people have to take painkillers, like just to make it, you know, it's just getting your body in a balance to live a life.
Yeah, asthma inhalers for an asthmatic.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
It's just, I think there's a stigma, right?
Absolutely.
And break those stigmas. But yeah,
100%.
I think what you're saying is really massive. Like, I use this as a tool to learn function.
Yeah.
But then I like removed myself from it because I thought I could continue this now that I know it.
And I've learnt sometimes you just cannot come off it yet.
Yeah, Ivy cannot miss her medication.
No, I can't miss.
It's super noticeable.
I would be La La Land, a completely different person. I think also because I've been on it so long, not only do I get things like physical withdrawals from it, I also get that mental withdrawal that my brain just does not know what to do at this point. It's going everywhere. It's crazy. I actually feel crazy. Like, I know I'm not, but you can't get out of it. And I notice it too. I'm quite aware now, so.
Yeah, because her risperidone, I think, is for...
Risperidone,
antipsychotic or something, I think is what it's for.
And it can be I think I went on it for anti-anxiety. Like, it helped to calm me down, but I think it is that antipsychotic and originally kind of thing,
Yeah, because I can notice her, like you said, tantrums and stuff.
Yep.
Like, if she doesn't take it, she's snappy, tantrums, whatnot.
Not able to regulate the same.
No, like like if something, like, you know, standard parent, you tell them they're not allowed to do something. She just flips
End of the
brick,
world.
goes in the room, she's whacking her head with the guitar, she's, you know, like, it's kind of scary. Like, you worry, like, she's got a big ass window next to her bed. What if she hits her window or something, you know, like, it's really, like, since, like, we're glad we got her diagnosed quite young.
That's awesome.
So we're lucky. It's just, you're always trying to learn how to deal with her because she changes all the time.
Oh,
like, she'll go through a stage where she's super good and regulated and whatnot, and then it just seems like all of a sudden the medicine's not working. And she's just gone crazy again. So I don't even know, like, maybe we need to take her back into just, like, get her this prescription checked out in there and see if it needs to be upgraded or something else needs to be added, or you know, it's her routine now too. So if she doesn't, if we run out of her medicine, because they only give you them in, like, the tiniest little vials, we have to get them done. So it's fucking so annoying.
It's
like,
really irritating.
We'll get to the bottom point and, like, you won't even realize how much is left.
No,
and
you
then,
don't have that final dose.
No.
Kind of thing.
And we almost, like, if we run out and we can't get it that next day, like, I've even had to, like, sneak a little bit of water in and just give her water, so that
panic.
so it's almost like a placebo. But you
like,
notice the
get
difference the
drunk
next
off
day.
Water, that concept.
So, like, almost have to, like, just give it to her just so that she's still doing the routine. May not help her brain, but it's going to help her in the moment not freak out.
It's also going to help to have that routine and keep it up in the future, and remember that's just a normal part of the day. Just got to do it. Just got to take the meds.
And you obviously don't find it a reason or excuse to skip it. So that's consistency.
You got to take it when you think of it, and it's kind of the hardest part is you think of it and you go, I'll go take them later. No,
hers is her bedtime routine.
You think of it, and it's the thing that starts my bedtime routine, because I have about half an hour, 45 minutes until I can go to bed and it will work. So it starts my bedtime routine. She's the same. She'll brush her teeth, come out, have her medicine, and then she goes, hops into bed. We put the movie on for the kids, and I think normally half an hour, 45 minutes, turn it off, and she goes straight to sleep. So it is very helpful. A little wind down afterwards is really important too, and having that separation of, for me, bedtime is very, like, got to even lie a certain way and stuff, like, it's very specific, but that just is what
routine.
Routine. Makes sense.
So if we go back, the self-harming, when did that start? How old were you?
The stuff that you would probably call typical self-harming was about year 7.
7?
Yeah,
what's typical self-harming?
Year 7.
Well, not 7. Year 7. Intermediate. Well, typical, I mean, you might not think that hitting of the chest, smacking of the legs, ending up doing things like quite dangerous activities can be also self-harming, like, but you're not getting hurt, is putting yourself in those dangerous situations. As a kid, it's quite hard. They're not actively getting out a knife or scissors or, you know,
razors or anything. Yeah.
Razors, yeah, exactly. They're not doing things that are that typical self-harm. That's quite obvious. You've done that to hurt yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas, so growing up, I scratched a lot, just scratching in general. So I think I did it a lot in my sleep as quite a calming thing as well. I'd wake up with just scratches.
Shania does
like,
it to her legs
all on my
all
back
the time.
and everything. I don't necessarily think I was itchy as such. I wasn't itchy when I woke up, but I wake up with scratches. So I'm not really too sure, but for the typical stuff, I was year 7. I remember the first one was just getting scissors and just on the hand, and yeah, that was kind of how it started, and it was unfortunately what worked at that time.
So
But
was,
not
it,
saying that's
was
okay.
it like a stim, like hurting yourself?
Yeah, a little
you
bit.
think?
So like, if you think like a stim is like a way to calm yourself down, so some people might rock, shake their hands, pressure.
Ivy's pressure and
Pressure. I screw up my face. Done it a few times today. Yeah, I think it is a little bit of a stim in a way, of that way to just do something else. And it did come very naturally to just do it. I'd catch myself in class doing it, and I'd have my pencil or pen, and I'm scratching myself and making my arm raw and things like that. And I also, with my autism, I didn't really, well, not necessarily blaming it on that, but I didn't have the social cue that you cover that up. So I was at school in short sleeves, bandages everywhere. So I got that reputation of attention seeking, doing it for attention seeking.
Right.
I just need friends. I didn't understand that that was what people were going to see. I didn't even think people were really going to pay attention, because I didn't pay attention to it. So I never hid it. Everyone knew, everyone. Because it was, I didn't see it as a bad thing. I also didn't see that risk side to it. Because for me, like I said, I wasn't doing it for a suicide attempt. So I was like, oh, well, I've attempted suicide. Well, the self-harm's okay then. It wasn't. You need to find other ways to just manage that, and yeah.
So now, so how long has it been since you've done that?
Oh, self-harm's hard, because also biting my nails is one of them. That's a really big one. So honestly, today, if you consider biting the nails, because I do get to the point I don't have nails, I rip them off. Your daughter actually asked me, why do you pick your nails to be, like, why did you choose those nails? Like, asking why I went to the nail shop and I had my nails like that. That really straight up blunt question. I loved it. But it's, yeah, toes. I'm not flexible enough to bite my toes, but clip them a lot. Just that, yeah, pull my hair. Yeah, so it's not day to day that I think I'm doing it, but it's that tactile kind of feeling and sensory. So definitely getting better. Just had a month of trying to grow up my nails now, so we're getting somewhere.
How come you don't just go with the like this, like, putty? Because my wife's a nail biter, and she just gets the fake nails, and like, I'm a nail biter, and I'm like, you're cheating, because now I've got like my nails and I can bite them, but you don't. And
no, I'll rip them off.
Oh, you just go at them.
Yeah, rip them off. I've also.
Well, you mean like the whole nail?
Yeah, man. Like, I did not have nails of my own.
Do they grow back out when they're fully gone?
So, what do you mean? Sorry.
Like, if you rip the whole nail off?
Yeah,
Yes,
so mine
they
are
still grow back.
slowly growing back. It's taking a month to only get to this, and these aren't
That
proper
would
nails.
hurt. It'd be like
Yeah.
raw.
It's really funny. So now it hurts when the nail lady, when she does stuff, it now hurts, because my nails were so scarred, swollen. They were always bleeding. Like, I was still washing my hands with boiling hot water. I don't care. I think maybe I just don't really notice it that much. But I was so used to it. It's been since I was, 3 years old I've bitten my nails. So I started young.
Well, you think, like, to movies, like, they torture people
by pulling
pulling your nails off, and you're talking about pulling your nails off, and like,
and I had a
the
habit.
torturer would hate to kidnap you.
Yeah, so
you'd be like, go, do it again. I like it.
I'm not telling the truth.
I like it.
No, but like I had a thing when I did have nails that I would let it grow to a point that I could start folding back the nail and ripping it off. Like it was pretty bad.
That's
it was really bad.
Me as a nail body, you can tell that I definitely do still, I guess.
Yeah, but you still got nice nails.
I'm trying my best, and
it's hard though.
what I want is to just grow them out and go get a manicure, and then be like, yo, do these up, and then from that point, I'll make sure that they don't get bitten.
Do you know what you need?
A manicure gift card?
No, you need a pedicure.
Yeah, I need one of those too.
I've had them lots.
Really?
Like, every time I go on holiday, I get them.
No one's touching my face.
Bro, that's so good.
I will.
Because you've already clipped those nails.
Well, there's nothing there, first of all, but I'm so ticklish that
my wife's
I
the
will
same.
be kicking in faces.
Yeah. No, we'll go to we'll go, anytime we go on holiday, it's like our thing. Like, she goes and gets her nails done, and I get my feet done, because I just love my feet being played with, and like they massage them, and I don't know, it feels so good. Like,
it's a treat
funny
too, eh?
Yeah, hard. It's nice. It's like getting a foot massage. Like, they give you a full on massage. They massage like your calves, and you just walk out feeling so good. Like, I don't know, it's mean. But it's funny because one time I got bright pink and bright orange for the girls.
Did they pick?
No, well, I was in Taupo on a holiday, and the guy from Fishing and Adventure, New Zealand, was there, and he was like, we were talking about having kids and stuff, and then he was like, oh, you got to get fluoro colours then for your girls, and I was like, this guy's like low-key famous. I better do it. And then it was like that for 3 months.
What one is he? Which one is it from the program?
I think his name's Michael. I forget his name.
He's the short-haired one, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good program.
That's me.
They're both short-haired. One
short-haired guys. No. Yeah. One was Meg, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but it was awesome. It was cool. So I did it, and then I had to pick it off because it wouldn't grow out fast enough. And then, now I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, fair
But
enough.
I'll get another pedicure. But it was funny. I was on the escalator at the plaza, and I was behind a group of guys, and they were like, obviously, like going to get their hair done and stuff like that. But they were like, bros, should we go and get pedicure? Like, I got a pedicure the other week. It's mean. And they're talking about it. And I turned around and I was like, do it. And they just laughed.
No, it's just changed their mind.
Yeah, but I was like, do it. Like, it's so good. Like, straight up.
Go treat yourself.
Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to treat myself to a mani-pedi.
You don't have to sit in the boyfriend's seat while your wife gets
you don't have to wait. You get
they get their
to
fingers
join
done.
in.
Go and sit down in the massage chairs.
If I'm going mani, I might as well go pedi and get mani-pedi, right?
I don't know about that. I feel like just call it a pedicure, not a mani-pedi.
Why?
I don't know.
What's wrong with calling it what it is?
You kind of know the terminology.
Yeah,
too much
sounds like you should get them all the time.
Well, I'll probably need one all the time.
You definitely need a pedi. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. So, Bree, sorry. Stop talking about my feet. If we go back to the heavy-hitting subject that we were just on, you are very specific in separating the self-harm and the suicide attempt. So can you talk to me about the suicide attempt?
Yeah, so I had my first attempt at 16, and I have had 7. So a few. They were all overdoses. So
on your medication?
On my medication. Always, actually, that's a really good point I've never thought on. Always on my medication.
So that's why they only give me a little bit.
Yeah. So, yeah, because people like me. Nah.
No, but because it can happen.
It can happen.
Especially when you're already...
It's also not hard to accidentally do anyway.
Yeah.
You know, you might think, it's a good idea to take a few more pills. It might help me today. No, it won't. It will not help. There's specific pills that you take. They're called PRNs. They're take as need, pills. Those are the ones that you take if you need something extra. And you need to get those prescribed. You can't just find, this is really important stuff to get prescribed. For me, medications were originally accessible. There was no reason to really worry. And then now medication are in a safe. And unfortunately, my mum witnessed my first one. She walked in the room right as I took them. I don't remember pretty much from that on. Went to the hospital. This is also from what I've been told. I don't really remember a lot. I was then once I was like physically cleared, I was then taken to, this was then my second admission into a hospital. I'd been in for just at risk previously, and I was driven down to Kapiti Ways to the Rangtahi unit down there, which is the youth ward, and it's happened multiple times. I mean, it's impacted my family more than it has impacted me, unfortunately, and that is the part I do not like about it. I do not blame anyone for being in that headspace, because I genuinely couldn't think of any other option. I had some instances that, one of my attempts I'd ended up in the river, so I just decided I'd go for a swim and see where it took me. Like, I was quite happy to end up at the beach if that's where it took me, kind of thing. But the week before, or 2 weeks before that, I'd just been in hospital for doing the same thing, and they cleared me. And when they cleared me, they pretty much, in my mind, gave me permission to go do that again. And got pulled out by the cops and stuff. And
this was before your diagnosis?
All before my diagnosis.
So you didn't understand what was going on?
Yeah, so since my diagnosis, I haven't had any actually since my diagnosis. I've never had any attempts. So it has been 3 years since my last hospital admission and attempt.
Mm-hmm.
Over 3 years now, which is the longest time since I was 16. So. And
you haven't had any thoughts like that at all?
No, I think of it, but it's a lot easier to regulate out of that and kind of get myself busy now.
I feel like now that you have that mental clarity of what's going on, it'll help a lot.
Much more sense, because before I just wanted it to just end. I would have taken being under anaesthetic instead, kind of thing. Like, I just wanted a break, a while that I didn't feel anything. And to me, death didn't. Everyone goes, well, it's permanent. How do you know it's like, it's permanent, but you don't know where you go. So there's no really literal side to it. So I did not think of the consequences at all. I just wanted my brain, everything to stop for just even 5 minutes. I would have taken 5 minutes, but yeah.
Was there a curiosity
of dying?
Yeah.
I have no fear of dying. So if it happens and that's the way to stop at this time, this was my headspace, if that's the way to stop feeling like this, who cares, kind of thing, like, I'm not bothered.
What do you think happens after we die, you personally?
I really don't know. So I grew up religious. I like to think I'm going to see everyone again in some way, shape or form. That's quite a nice idea to me, so I kind of go with that, but I really don't know. I've had grandparents pass away and things, and close people to me, and I see that they go to their grave, or they go to the crematorium and kind of thing, so quite literal with it, I guess.
Yeah.
But also you've got that personality side, so I'm quite literal with talking to people about it, like dead people, I guess, so that makes sense. But yeah, I don't really know, actually. It's a good question.
So at those points, the wanting it to stop, was there something that had escalated or had triggered that process?
I found relationships really hard. I'd often actually be in a relationship, a very happy relationship, and then very soon after getting into that very happy relationship, it would still be very happy, I'd try to commit suicide.
Too much pressure, maybe?
Too much going on. I probably actually didn't want, I now know I probably didn't actually want to be in those relationships. I was happy to be around that person and friends. I'm someone that I wish I stayed friends with a lot more people instead of trying more. And I like to stay friends with people and get along with people no matter what's happened, because I think it's valuable. But relationships were really big one. My parents did separate when I was 17, so I was a bit older. And at that time, I thought I was why my mum was crying all the time. We didn't know they were going through separation for quite a few years, my sister and I. And so I thought, I'm the biggest problem. I might as well just kind of get rid of that problem for my parents. My mum's crying outside every night. Oh, I must be the reason behind that. And now I understand why she was actually crying outside.
Did you guys have that discussion at all?
We have talked about it since, and even since it happened, we've had family counselling appointments and stuff where my family's come along. We haven't actually had anything that's like family counselling, but my parents would come to counselling sessions and we always discussed it. For my diagnosis, they were a part of that. So they were there for my assessment kind of thing that you go through.
Yeah.
Massive support. My parents are both in education, so they both started as teachers. They met at teachers' college and stuff, and that was still a thing in Manawatu. And so my mum actually works with special needs children.
Oh,
and
cool.
it was, and always has, and it's never been picked up.
Right.
But then again, maybe because mum worked with quite extreme cases, and also boys, so different. Boys were originally only tested on and diagnosed.
For autism?
For autism,
so they didn't think females could get it?
No, I have a few little notes here that I wrote down. Yeah. So the diagnosis from men to women is 4 men, 1 in 4. So 4 men, 1 woman. For kids, 3 men, 1 woman. The males were originally tested, and it was, yes, originally believed by Hans Asperger's, which is why we don't use the term Asperger's so much. First of all, we've understood autism is ASD, autism spectrum disorder. It's a spectrum. Asperger's was originally seen as the more high-functioning side.
Which is what Ivy is.
Yeah. And me as well, personally.
I was going to say, is that where you were as well?
Yep, so I'm the more high-functioning side. But we don't use that term anymore. It was quite degrading at the time. They were using it in Nazi camps to decide if someone was high enough functioning enough to work or survive. If you weren't high functioning enough, you were a problem to that perfect race that they had. So we kind of don't use that term anymore, but it's not a big deal.
What's the better term to use?
Autism spectrum disorder is the official name, and everyone that has been diagnosed is autistic. There's no other name for it. It's autism. You might have additional things like other diagnoses, but
I think she has ADHD as well.
Whether you are low spectrum, on the spectrum, high on the spectrum, high functioning, low functioning, it's autism. That's why it's got spectrum in the name.
Is the spectrum like just different titles as you go up it, or is it rated like a scale?
So it's changed recently. So it was originally seen as kind of like that scale. It's now more seen as a bit more of a colour wheel. So you might be affected, let's just say purple of the colour, whatever, green of the colour wheels, or yellow, whatever colour of the colour wheel. You have, that would be your emotions. So you have that, and you might be high functioning in emotions, low functioning in the, or low functioning in emotions. But then you could go to sensory, and you could be really sensory overwhelmed and things, or you could be low. So you kind of go around each section and you work out what you are more from the section rather than the overall scale, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we've got this thing. Yeah. So my uncle, he passed away in May, and it's my dad's older brother. And he was like a memory bank of anything wrestling and anything movie quotes. And talking to him, you could tell he's very direct, didn't understand what emotion really was, what funny was. And he would always repeat himself. And one thing, and people laugh at it, you know, growing up, we all laughed at it, but him being the uncle, that, you know, was a bit funny. But he didn't like showering. And us as growing up as
relate more.
So as really?
Yeah.
You don't like it. You don't like showering?
Nope. It is horrible. It is the worst experience of my life.
So it's a sensory thing to the water?
Do you want me to explain my my thought process? So there's, first of all, going into a bathroom is usually white, bright, That's a sensory change. Often also echoes, that's another sensory change. Then you got to take your clothes off, temperature sensory change. Then you got to get in the water, there's the water sensory change and the temperature again. Got to put this bubbly slimy stuff called soap all over you. No, that's another change. It's just so many changes during one time. There's often a fan going. Lights are often white lights in a bathroom. I don't do white lights.
How's it warm?
Warm lights, so yellow lights. That's really helpful for me because it doesn't reflect as much in the bathroom. I also only turn one light on, not all the lights. And then you got to get out and you got to go through that reverse of sensory change of it's now cold when you get out. You got to dry off. You got to put clothes back on. If you've washed your hair, that's a whole nother process. And often it goes along with you also have to change your clothes, which some people do not like to do. I'm not so big on that, but I will get in states. I will wear one outfit and that's it. That's just a comfort. And that's not necessarily just a sensory thing. It's just a comfort, reliability thing. But then you also got to kind of brush your teeth. And that's a really hard one.
Because there's sound and...
Oh, there's sound, sensory. I find kids' toothbrushes or baby toothbrushes are the best because of the softest and the smallest toothbrush.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
This is all confusing me.
Okay.
Because Ivy is the opposite. She
interesting.
loves showers. She loves brushing her teeth. She changes her outfit 20 times a day.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's odd. She doesn't like the loud things. She doesn't like the lights.
Yeah.
But when
the
you're
shower
like,
part of it.
she likes the shower.
Yeah. So I find it really hard to get
the water
out.
on her.
Yeah. So I find I don't want to shower, but when it's get in, I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I guess.
And temperature, she's sensitive to temperature as well.
Yes.
Like Layla will get in the bath and she'll jump straight in.
Yeah.
Ivy will get in and she'll be like, oh, it's too hot. And then I'll touch it. I'll be like, dude, it's 38 degrees. It's not hot.
Yeah.
Like I've tested it. Like I know it's not hot.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, it's too hot. Or the cold. She doesn't like the cold. She's,
So yeah, it depends on how overwhelmed I am with the temperature. Sometimes I don't notice it's all the way turned up on hot and I won't notice that. Whereas if I'm having a really overwhelmed day, even in the middle can be too hot or too cold. Like it's, yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, because when we were thinking and talking about my uncle once he had passed, that's when I've heard stories of like aunties and that talking about the fact that he didn't actually like showering, and it dated back to him being a little kid.
Yeah.
Like he used to turn the shower on and pretend he showered.
Yeah.
And then you get this adult version of, somebody who's never been diagnosed. So he went into his 50s and like it's only in recent years that like my dad actually brought it up because now dad knows Ivy, which is his granddaughter. And that's when he kind of reflected and he said, I think Nev, my uncle, is potentially autistic. And as a family, we've kind of only just really started understanding that after he's passed away.
Absolutely. It hasn't been a very known thing.
No.
And if it was really autistic people. Like, I don't know, trained people.
And there'd be
Thomas kids, at school, and they wouldn't talk the same, or they would only speak in movie text.
Did you, so this is, I'm kind of touching on what it was like to be a kid, but was your speech delayed? Or did you, do you know what age you started speaking?
No, so I think it was pretty standard.
Yeah.
I was around a lot of adults from what I recall growing up, and from what I've seen photos-wise, there's always been quite a few adults, which I think has helped. My mum would have also helped if she started to see any problems with that side of things, because she taught things like reading recovery and stuff, which is help. So I'm not 100% sure. There were some advances. So like I was a whistling child at 2 years old. I was a 2-year-old that could whistle a tune. But yeah, speech and things, I more found it hard to do conversations. So like reading, writing, okay. Conversations, bit more difficult, so a bit more socially delayed. But a lot of people did not realise that. I haven't clicked.
The whole time of you sitting here, talking, I haven't sat there in any capacity in my brain going, I'm speaking to someone that's autistic.
So
it's just not there.
I've noticed you do a couple little fidget things.
So I have learnt to what we call mask incredibly well. And I think it's because I was diagnosed so late that I was like, I cannot show this. I'm just a crazy fidgety. Also then I started to end up in the ward. You start to learn just to mask your mental health anyway. As someone, if you start to end up in a ward, you're not ending up back there. You learn to hide things.
Do they give you the tools to recover from things?
No way in the ward. No way. You
just get
go
put in a
in.
room?
Yep. So there's different parts, and it also depends what ward around the country you go to. So I've been to 3 in New Zealand. I've been to the Rangtahi unit. I've been to the Ward 21 unit in Palmerston North, and also Starship as well.
How long is like a stay in hospital in a ward?
Completely depends. Some people are just there in overnight to get that initial testing done from something, because not everyone is in there for attempts or things. Sometimes you are just a general danger. You might be going out doing really silly things. It's a little bit like a rehab in a way. To me, it was jail, pure jail.
Is it self placement, or are you getting admitted?
So there is volunteer cases, which is essentially you haven't been put in under a mental health act, which is when they take pretty much your rights away from you. I've been under that a few times. Your parents can, you technically say yes, and you can leave when you want to, but when you're in there, you're asking to constantly leave anyway, so they're not going to give it to you the first time. So then you hear you're voluntary and you're asking to go home, and they're like, they might just be trying to get out of this quickly and stuff. So my longest stay was a month in hospital. Yeah. I was in Ward 21 for a month. My other ones were about a week or so long. I didn't last very long down in the Rangtahi unit. I hated it there. It was awful. It looked like a prison. It felt like a prison. You had everything taken off you. You had to ask to use a plastic knife and fork. You had to get the drawer unlocked just to use a plastic knife and fork or a spoon. And we were kids that were at the risk that we needed that security. But then I went to Starship, where we are still the same kids with the same needs. We had roommates in Starship, which I luckily got along amazingly with my roommate, and we did really well together. We helped each other a lot in that stay. We were allowed our phones during the day. So a big thing for youth is when you go into a ward, you often get your phone taken off you. That doesn't help you manage in the real world. You've just had everything that usually winds kids up or can escalate things these days. You've just had that taken off you. You don't know how to manage your phone or your cell phone or social media when you get home. So Starship, they'd let you have your phones. You could bring them into counselling sessions, and they would help you manage your time and your safety on your phone. And then we were also children that would post a lot of our attempts. So I was really guilty of that. It was often publicised because I thought it would help people, not realising that it's actually seen as attention seeking or just not a good thing to post in general. So we learnt how to instead get that helping someone without doing that, or just managing. So Starship was awesome. It was a bit more open doors too, wasn't so locked down.
So different, obviously, places in which you're getting admitted into have different, setups.
And it's just their facilities of what they have. I do know that Ward 21 has been rebuilt, and I'm assuming they're either moved in or moving in shortly. And it looks great, looked lovely. The same with the Rangtahi unit, they've also moved as well away from that space I was in. So it's also sometimes it can look very medical or prison, like there's often holes all through the walls and stuff. We had a smash room at one of the youth walls,
Those are fun.
Which was, well, actually this one was just a room with holes in the walls
and a mattress. Just smashed the room.
Yeah, and there were punching gloves in there and mattresses and stuff. So it was just a room that you could just lash out in, and when stuff was going on. But we had kids being brought in by police in restraint jackets, and the whole lot. And these are, some of them are 12.
Yeah.
Some of them are really little. And we're also quite, because we're young, we don't really know how it affects people. And also we thought that telling people how to do it was helping them. Because in our heads, we wanted to know how to do it so we could die. So we thought telling someone else would help. So we'd walk around with all our wounds open. There'd be kids with, just gashes out of their body. And it was normal. Had to ask to go to the bathroom, had to ask to go to the shower, got watched, going to the shower, going to the toilet. Sometimes you get a special, was what it was called up when I was there. That was in Ward 21, and that is 24-hour supervision, sleeping, toilet, showering, eating.
You had that?
Pardon?
You had that?
Yeah, had that. So I had to because I was underage in the adult ward. So I was 17 when I first went to Ward 21, which is an adult ward. And the first thing they do is special and technology taken off you. So one-on-one care and technology taken off you. And you're not allowed to talk to anyone in there. So you're not allowed to communicate with any of the... You're technically not supposed to anyway. But let's be honest, if you're in there for a month and you're not talking to someone, you're going to go more crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not really going to help.
And we had roommates at one place. So that Starship, they encouraged interaction a lot because they were really getting us used to that for real world kind of stuff. Ward 21 they don't really... It's just a cycle for them. They don't have enough resources or enough funds or staff to care.
That's not good though, because those are the people that need care. No,
and so I remember when I was 17, I spent most of my time in the phone booth in the ward because that was the only way I could communicate to anyone that wasn't my one-on-one or my nurse, and I wasn't allowed a phone anyway. So
it sounds like it's almost like one picture for everyone. So like,
it does
even
not
if
matter who you are.
if you're on the spectrum or if you're just depressed and want to hurt yourself or anything like that, it sounds like you've just got one picture.
Absolutely.
So there's not really specific care for specific cases. It's like you all get the same care whether you've actually tried to hurt yourself or
there's some people
you're confused
that have had instances like car crashes and they've then they've had something happen first that's ended them up in hospital, and then they've expressed that they've had tendencies or they need help and stuff because they're finally getting listened to in a hospital. A lot of those people get put in wards because then, did you try to crash your car? There's all this follow effect from that, but you don't, there's not real help because the whole time you're wanting to get out. There's no enjoyable thing, and then you starting to get told, you're crying too much, you need to stay. Well, I'm crying because I have to stay. You're getting too upset, so we're going to put you under the Mental Health Act. Well, I'm getting upset because you're putting me under the Mental Health Act, which means I have to take your medication, I have to do your therapy if you even give me any. I have to do what you say, pretty much. And so, you get upset, and it's definitely whether you're getting upset reasonably or whether you are not able to manage your emotions, but...
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah, and everyone is so different. Like, you look at a funeral and how many different emotions you have in the room at a funeral. Yes, there's the general crying, but people are crying at different levels, they're affected in different ways. Sometimes the closest family member isn't crying as much as the person at the back that didn't know them. It's the same with everything, and you can't just...
Facts.
So... They don't have like an do they give you like an assessment when you come into the ward or what? Because it sounds like you almost need to, they need to do like an assessment on the person.
Yeah, so
that you know what care to give.
Risk assessment.
Yeah.
And things like quite specific, like if you've got a tendency. So cutting one, if you've got a cutting one, there'll be extra specific. If you've got an eating disorder, you'll have meal plans and stuff like that. But having said that, not everyone with an eating disorder is the same. Actually, eating disorders can be can come from autism and things like that. So, there's testing, and you do get treated. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to explain. There's very generalized help. It's under an umbrella. It's not very specific at all.
I think it's crazy. Like you said, you lumped all these people that, like, for example, want to kill themselves together and expect them not to talk
about it.
Like,
and also kids that we gossip.
Yeah.
You know, we were teenagers.
The other thing I'm envisioning as well is just like you get a classroom and you got like 2 naughty kids in the classroom. That's
and
pretty
it just
handy.
Starts the whole thing.
Like and you got this whole group of kids and but then you go and copy and paste that, and now all these kids are traumatized and emotionally heightened.
And we also just had naughty kids in there too.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the really big things is like, especially now, is a kid naughty or is there something wrong? And I don't like using the word naughty because often kids that have extra things going on do naughty things, but not every kid has something going on. Sometimes you do just need to pull your kid's head in kind of thing and sort them out. They are just being little shit and you need to sort them out. But also then you have that thing of, okay, where's it coming from? And so we did just have naughty kids, really naughty kids, but then you have the anger issue side. So then you've got kids that have sensory issues and an anger issue kid in one space, which is not very big. I remember storming out, slamming doors and punching people on my way out of anger issue class, like management class.
So it didn't work?
No, it did not clearly work. And it was quite a hilarious discussion with my person that I go along with it, like my adult at the ward that I go along with well there. It was a funny thing that I stormed into him after, anger management therapy. And so it's so generalised. It's kind of like group. You know, a group, unless you go for a specific thing, so like an addiction or, very specific thing, it's not really going to help, So like schools have changed. You don't teach every kid the same way. We can't manage everyone that gets into a ward the same way. And I think they're trying to learn. It's also just getting those resources and money into those places. Doesn't happen.
Were you bullied as a kid?
I was pretty good at changing who I was depending on who I was around, that masking side. So I was an intermediate a lot because that was when I started to become a bit different because kids were...
noticeable.
Yeah, because kids become a bit more mainstream in intermediate, I think. Intermediate was probably the worst time of my life. Hated it. Horrible.
That's when you started self-harming.
And that's when I started self-harming, So... not so much that typical bullying, but the starting to get excluded from things or laugh, the kind of... I also didn't pick up on stuff. I didn't pick up on the social cue side of bullying. I thought, you've just said that and that's the way. That's actually okay to say that to someone.
If someone's being sarcastic, you can't identify that.
I didn't know that. I did not pick up on that kind of stuff. So... bullying was more like, don't invite this girl into your team because she will scream and get really excited and act like a child and stuff. So that was kind of my experience, was like really subtle, but like I said, I could mask so well that I could probably get along with most groups at school. And a lot of people hated that. So two-faced Bree that goes and talks to this person that they hate, I just could mask in a different way around different people. So I don't act like this at home. I don't act the same around my mum as I do in front of my partner. And for me, it's like everyone's like, just stop masking. It's such an everyday part of my life. If I didn't mask, I'd probably end up getting more tired now. Masking is a very exhausted thing. After this, I would probably go home and not speak at all. So
would you say you're masking now?
100% masking now. I could be doing a lot more than, a lot of masking now. So picking up on who I speak to, picking up on how I sit, how I talk, my levels. Eye contact's a really hard one. So I'm constantly saying eye contact, eye contact, eye contact.
I've noticed that. I see we'll be talking to each other and
I'll wander and I'll go off. It's really
Ivy does the same thing.
Yeah, it just doesn't. I don't see the point in it. I have a very flat face, not a lot of facial expressions. So that was actually one of the main things that was put in my assessment was I move my hands a lot, but it's not in any expressional way. It's in a fidgeting way, and my face is the same. So if I smile, I wouldn't naturally think about smiling. It's a mask. Even when I can laugh, I put more of a smile on when I laugh, so I don't look like I'm just ha ha ha. out there like
So you're
flat-faced
thought
laughing.
processing this and making your way through
and
it.
how I laugh, I manage that. How I speak, I manage that. It's constant thinking. What I do with my hands, my feet, my legs, my body.
So it's all social cues and
all social cues.
Communication.
Yeah.
You know, we use different forms of language,
Absolutely.
hands, gestures, facial expressions, speech, the volumes, the heights, and that's all emotion in that.
Yeah.
So what I'm kind of understanding from what you're saying is a standard generalized, day to day myself. I'm doing this stuff naturally, whereas you're identifying that, hey, this is something that doesn't come naturally to me, but I've got to do it. So your form of a mask is now, instead of just doing what you would do at home, which is just not overthink that you're smiling, not worry about contacting with your eyes. Yeah. And you're now purposefully...
Not having to even talk.
Yeah, and now you're like kind of wiring your brain in the moment to follow all of these social cues to fit in with that normalized society.
And they become rules for me as well, because rules make sense. Rules are put there to make things better.
Routine.
I was such a goody two-shoes and got really upset when people broke the rules. Not because they were actually doing something wrong. I didn't really care if you did something wrong in school. It wasn't that. But you've just changed everything. You've done something that you weren't supposed to do, in the sense that that's not the routine. So, I was an absolute rat at school. I told on everyone at school because I just wanted routine in class. And that was one of the social cues I've had to pick up, is you don't just say when something's... Because it was just, they're doing that. They're doing that. And the teachers loved me. I was their little spy. I was their little spy. And, so I didn't notice it was a bad thing. I remember in high school crying because one of the teachers had been treated badly. And I came home and I cried my eyes out all night just because the kids had been disruptive in class. Is that sensory, that overwhelming. Yeah, I was the kid that, if the kid in the back of the classroom was having a bad day, I was having a bad day. I had no idea why. I couldn't figure that bit out. I didn't know what they were feeling. I just knew something was going on.
Meanwhile, I was in school and I remember getting the fire hose and going to the entrance of the class and having the fire hose turn on me and Blake, and we got in big trouble. But, I was the mischief kid. But you don't think about how that's impacting, your other classmates at that time.
Why did you do that?
I was a dickhead. There's a room called
Sounds
A9.
like it.
At Manawatu College, there's a room called A9. And that was, it's kind of like detention, but like during school time, like class time. And I used to have to go there for media studies and English.
I think we called it the withdrawal room at my school.
Yeah, so we had something like that. Yeah. And I've got put on these timesheet cards. There was a green card. There was blue card for attendance. I never had that. But green card was behaviour. And like I had a few times where I had to get put on that because like an example, I remember I come to school late and I was drinking my up and go and the teacher said, hey, throw that in the rubbish or whatever. And I said, get fucked. Yeah. And then next minute I'm in trouble.
Yeah. We got red carded at school. The red card that the teacher had to fill out and stuff. And I remember my dad was a teacher at my high school, and he had this joke that he would give me a red card in class and I'd have a moment, like a fake moment and stuff, because no one would have expected it. I was the kid that, like, if something happened, I was...
Yeah, the goody two-shoes.
Yeah, but then when it came to, like, year 10, I started not going to school. So I kind of just didn't care, and that more not caring front and not understanding consequences had come in. And I took on that pretty heavily, so... Yeah.
Did you get yourself in any like bad crowds? You're talking about the self-harm, but then there's like a risk and a danger that you're putting yourself in, and you're also able to mask yourself with these different groups. So you're putting yourself in these like different situations.
I definitely, not so much with say like a friend group, but not picking up on dangerous situations. So, or just doing really silly things and not understanding it. So like I remember. Tantrums were the biggest time for stupid stuff. Like, it's just silly stuff to happen. I was a teen, like young teen, maybe even 12, not 13 yet, so not quite a teen, running around the neighbourhood half naked, not understanding consequences. So it went from that side of things to wanting to run away from home and getting in this fast as the next car that drove past me while I was on my street outside my house. So when the car passed, so I got in that car, I ended up having to, I managed to somehow click on a social cue. I don't remember what it was. I ended up jumping out of that car in the middle of the road. But a lot of times just, walking in the middle of the square in the middle of the night by myself. I went to town by myself as a teenager. I knew nobody going in. I'd just go in really drunk and be like, I'll make friends.
Was it just trying to fit in or find someone?
Yeah. Just trying to do stuff that normal teenagers were doing because I wasn't getting invited to those things. I also moved schools at the end of high school because I'd made some poor decisions. Once again, not understanding the consequences. It's pretty exposing. It's pretty embarrassing. I'll say it anyway. We were all open on this one.
Breaking the stigma.
Yeah, so I actually lost my virginity and took my best friend's boyfriend's virginity at the time.
Ooh.
Because in my head was, let's get this over and done with. There's no problem. We don't like each other, so there's no chemistry between us. What's the problem? Obviously, fairly big problem. Didn't go down well. He luckily got lad points. Clap on that, shook hands and off he goes. He was popular. I was seen as the slut.
What's that movie? Easy A, and they get branded with the scarlet thing?
Yeah.
Is it like that?
And I completely took on that brand. I was like, yep, that's me. I am the biggest slut because I've now lost my virginity.
What age was that, if you don't mind?
Like 17 or 18. So
that's not bad.
It wasn't too young. We were just so, in my head, it was so just made sense to do that. We both were interested, curious. She didn't appear to want to do that. We had no connection to each other, so what was the problem? Obviously, I know not to do that now. And not to do that to people also. But those were other things I had to learn. That you break up with someone instead of finding a reason like cheating on them to end the relationship, because you can just not be happy in a relationship. You don't have to have an instant that ends it. So I continued that on a little bit.
Did you have issues with that in the past?
Yes, I
with your
cheated
boyfriends?
on my past boyfriend with my next past boyfriend. Because,
healthy cycle.
Yep. So I dated the guy I cheated on him with.
Right.
Because I wanted to get out of the relationship. Couldn't really come up with a reason. Now I can come up with a million. But at the time, I saw it as being petty. I need to work on myself to deal with those issues. Not that they were actually issues. So I was like, well, I got to create a problem then. I'll cheat on him. He can't stay with me anymore, can he? Yeah, so obviously not an okay thing to do. But in my head, it was very literal. And planned, I guess. Like, I thought things through, even the dumb ones, in a way. Like, there was an intention behind everything, whether it was good or bad or selfish or not, there was intention, and it's how you get to that intention the appropriate way, and the age-appropriate way too, because,
I find, you say social cues, I find, like, before you were diagnosed, would you ever say things around people that would probably hurt them, but you didn't really realise that it would hurt them?
I tried so hard not to because I didn't understand why I did that.
Because Ivy's said a few things now that I've had to train her not to do. So even ethnically.
Yes.
So she will, like at dance, she, I can't remember the girl's name, but she said, oh, that's black, so-and-so. And I'm like, darling, you cannot say that about people. It's learning
what is purely okay to say and what is not okay to say. Because, so, it's, for example, when you say read between the lines, you can't read between the lines. There's nothing there. It's that's a really good way to put that. The idea of reading between the lines is actually not just reading between the lines. It's actually a metaphor itself. So it's really, and that's the same way with everything. Oh, yeah, that's a black person walking down the street, or they're fat.
She does say stuff like that. She
which
says,
to me, I still call people fat. That's a really bad habit. And in my head, I'm like, well, they're big and they're not healthy. So they're fat.
So, she does stuff like that all the time. She'll say, the other day, it was like 2 days ago, we were driving into Palmy, and there was someone running down the road, and she's like, why is he running? I said, oh, because he's trying to get fit and lose weight probably. Oh, Daddy, you need to go for a run.
Yeah.
I was like, why? And she's like, because you're fat.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
it makes sense. You just told her that someone does it to lose weight,
Don't
and
laugh.
if she sees that you're a bit bigger,
Yeah. Well, just around the tum, but then also like I obviously don't have straight teeth. So she says, oh, you need to get braces.
Yeah.
Your teeth are crooked.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the time. Just say stuff like that. And I have to, like, I want to turn around and be like, you better shut your mouth. But then I'm like, she doesn't actually realise that she's hurting my feelings.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't take it on
you
that.
don't really process it as that. It's something I'm quite aware of because that's something that affects me, and I didn't know why it affected me growing up, why people were upset. So like I'm quite in tune without understanding why I'm in tune. So like you could be having a great old day and I'd be like, cool, they're happy, and someone else is having a sad day. I couldn't actually tell you who was having the happy or sad day as such. I could just tell you that two people were having really big emotions and one might need a comfort over the other.
So harder to read people.
Yeah.
So like you're having a conversation with someone, you can't really tell if it's going good or bad. You're just having a conversation.
No idea if like I have no idea.
Which can
if
be
this is
hard.
going good. Yeah.
Is it fake it till you make it, kind of?
Oh, 100%. And it's the thing that my friends have the thing of tell me to leave your house. Just tell me if I am going on for too long. And I wish everyone could do that.
I have that issue when I drink. I think everyone's my friend.
It's kind of imagine that like that no filter all the time.
I just think everyone's my friend, and I go to every single group and go and yarn with everyone. Yeah. And I can't read the room. Like I'll go and talk to a bunch of, I don't know,
just
gang members.
Yeah.
We'll say gang members.
Yeah.
See, and I don't know if they like me or don't like me. I don't really care. I'm like, they're my friends. I made friends with them. I want to sit there and talk to them. I won't read their emotion, but I'm just drunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how you're explaining it. I'm like, I don't even think about it.
No, you don't think, and like, you remember those drunk times when you're like, oh my gosh, I should have just left. It's a lot of my life. I should have just left.
Do you drink?
No, I try not to anymore. I've had a couple of weekends recently. Yeah. But I stopped for a few years.
How does it affect you drinking with autism?
It sends off it dysregulates me a lot. So,
and will clash with all the medications too every time.
Yeah. So I ended up giving myself alcohol poisoning from taking my medications with alcohol. So not great. But it's a roller coaster of a ride. There's manic. It's kind of.
So you'd recommend not drinking? No,
and it's really hard to level out afterwards. I drank in the weekend. Today has been the first level day. And I didn't even get drunk in the weekend. I just had a drink in the weekend.
Right.
Or a few drinks in the weekend. I didn't actually get drunk. The weekend before, though, the whole week I was out of it. I was having to take meds early, having to take those PRN, take his needs meds. It just changes the chemical balance.
So why do you then go, I'm going to have a drink on the weekend?
Yeah.
To socially fit in.
Right.
I'm 23. What should I be doing with my life? That's what everyone else is doing. Yeah.
What does that do?
I am medicated.
Me too.
Yeah, so I find it to be better than medication. It's an absolute calm. I was going to say, it would mellow
your brain out, because autism, your brain goes 100 miles an hour.
Quite similar to ADHD, where their brain is running all the time. Mine it finally shuts off. I have had experiences with other drugs in the past, and everyone's...
That'd be terrible.
I go to sleep. I'm put to sleep. I could do
kind of like how Ritalin calms.
Like negative effect.
Yeah, negative effect. Or if you're on anti-anxiety meds, it can counteract things like MDMA and stuff. So I'd be doing lines with friends. I got on the pipe for a little bit because it put me to sleep.
That's different, eh?
Yeah, really weird.
That's different.
But say no to drugs, guys. Just this conversation
and
is
that just proves how impactful it can be, though. That it's changed my brain wiring that much to go from heightened to let's just go straight to sleep.
Okay,
it's
so it's like caffeine with ADHD. Because I noticed Again, I'm not diagnosed. I went through a whole lot of stuff when I was a kid, and then now that I'm older, I'm starting to have this stuff.
Yeah.
I tried to get diagnosed in the minute. It's fucking almost impossible doing it
it's
publicly.
so hard. Yep.
So I just gave up.
We are getting really close to GPs being able to. It's coming
Well, I
up
hope
that
so.
they are going to be able to diagnose and prescribe. You
Cool.
don't. So that's a new thing that's coming up, which is exciting.
Yeah, but I noticed that energy drinks, coffee, any of that stuff doesn't give me energy. So that's why I don't put toe in my...
I don't get energy either.
So why do you use the toe energy then?
Because I like the concept.
Oh,
right. I guess.
So
I just don't use it.
Was recommended to
That's
drink...
like saying, why do you drink coffee? You drink coffee.
I like the taste.
Exactly.
I think it's like a thought process of people have coffees to start their day. So I like to have a coffee in the morning to start my day. I could have a hot chocolate. It's just like a warm drink in the morning. Yeah. It's just normal for me.
It's a taste. It tastes nice.
Yeah, so
it's better than water.
Yeah, I was recommended to have 2 coffees or 2 energy drinks a day by a doctor, a mental health, like a psychologist.
Is that to give you like the drop?
It can help you to balance.
Oh, yeah.
So more balances rather than up and downs kind of thing.
Okay.
I did not like it, personally. Caffeine for me, it's okay, but jitters. Yeah. And it's a sensory thing too. I don't like the feeling of my heart racing.
Caffeine gives you jitters.
Yeah.
The pipe puts you to sleep.
Yeah.
That's backwards. Did you run into any issues with addiction when you were dabbling in any of these drugs?
Weed, yeah.
Weed.
And nicotine. Because nicotine is actually the worst for me. It is so bad. I'd be able to stop weed. I think even medically as well, like take away oils and all that. But yeah, it's I don't know how to explain it. It's really hard. It didn't give me the satisfaction that I think it might give other people, like that euphoria feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't quite get that. Whereas the nicotine calming me down, for example, and the head rushes. Oh, I love a good head rush because it was it takes you out from where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I didn't find the other, like, more intense stuff. It didn't really do that. I was already on intense medication that pretty much did the same thing for me anyway. I was already overdosing on sleeping pills and stuff regularly that I just didn't like it. But I think I've also got I think with medication, if I took everything off all at once, I would be a mess. But if I could just keep my medication running, I can it helps me balance out when I stop things. And
so viewer purposes, you don't use any of those things?
Nothing.
It's just weed?
Yeah,
and nicotine?
medically, and then nicotine as
Cigarettes or vaping?
Vaping.
Me too, medically.
Do you know how bad vaping is for you?
It's so bad. I started as a ciggy smoker.
Me too.
And I went to vaping because I started, I still live at home, so smell. But also I was working with kids, which obviously nicotine sticks to you whether it's vape or ciggy, but ciggy families could tell more.
Yeah.
I was also working at a hairdresser's, so I didn't smoke at the hairdresser's. I didn't like to smoke when I was doing people's hair, so I would vape. And that's when I changed. So I went from high school smoking ciggies to when I started working at the hairdresser a bit more. That was actually what changed me, yeah.
How are you finding it being on here? And I mean, this is obviously way out the gate compared to your routine. And you've got to sit there conversating to us with cameras on you, and you don't have your vape. And like, how are you coping?
So vaping is very much like at the end of something. So I have a vape once I've finished work. I don't really have one. I now work with kids mainly. I don't vape at all during the day while I'm with them. Absolute no, it gets left at home or hidden very well in the car, and I don't use it in the car. I use it outside of the car at the end of work, so I'll like park up somewhere and hop out. But yeah, this is really weird. The lights are probably the biggest thing for me. And the talking's okay because I kind of came in with a headspace.
Yeah. Were you nervous at the start?
Oh, I had I
noticed your
panic
voice
attack
at the start when you were talking. I noticed your voice was very shaky, and then since then, like I say,
I'm more
I'm the same.
comfortable now, though.
But I'm the same.
We have that effect on
As soon as it happens, like as soon as the cameras turn on, well, I don't get it anymore. But those first 10 episodes, I was very nervous. I'd sit there beforehand, like scratching my hand and spinning my ring around and getting nervous. And then within 15 minutes, I feel okay.
Yeah,
and it feels like we're just talking.
Routine again as well. You know, just changing of what I was doing beforehand to getting in this headspace to do this. But like at home, I have quite specific panic attacks. They look like seizures. Should not have one today. We're all right. I already had one before I got here.
I know.
So
is it like uncontrollable? Is that?
Yeah, so I look like I'm fully fitting. I can fully scratch at myself. I'll rip my hair out. But there's never been any seizure activity detected.
What happened? Like, how do you come through
like
that?
Finish, like come out
So
of
how
it kind of
can
thing?
people help you?
So kind of. You can't really get me out of it. We just got to wait it out. But obviously you can help me not to whack my head on things. A lot of the time I have to get pinned down because I'm trying to self-harm or harm others or grab things.
So it's like a psychotic thing.
And it's more that I'm dissociated.
Yeah.
And don't remember because it's such like an overwhelming of rush of emotions, panic,
Can you
fear.
feel it? Can you feel it coming on?
Yeah. So today I actually set mine off before I got here, so I didn't have one here. I decided I would have a panic attack early, so I had one at home before I came. So I can do that. I can also tick my way out, so I have little ticks as well, or stims. And so...
Does it come from being too stimulated? Yeah. And then it's like you're stimulated all day and then all of a sudden you're like, boom.
Yeah, so it can either go two ways. You keep stimming to do a stimulation that's more calming, or you just don't do anything.
What's the most calmest, like what's the calmest thing or what's the best thing that you can do to be calm in a day?
1 second. So that's one of them.
Yeah.
That calms you?
Yep, but
Cool.
I can't control it so much.
All good. Take a minute. You're all good.
It happens when I talk about them. So
You're all good.
Yeah.
And if you need
But
to
it's
take
Kind
a
of like
break, you're all
sneezing.
good.
You see someone else sneeze
yeah, and
next
then
minute.
yawning, and you have to
Yeah.
start yawning. Yeah, it's the same thing. What was the question? Sorry. I don't understand.
That's okay. No, so the like, what's the calmest you can be? Like, so
What
is
do
there
I
something
do?
that you do in a day that makes you calm other than stimming?
Headphones.
I did
saw
notice
that
you had
when
your
you came
headphones.
I
in,
came
I
in
thought
with
that.
headphones
Ivy loves
on.
headphones too.
Headphones, not so much earplugs. They're more of a socially acceptable way I do it because you can hide them better. Headphones, 100%. Whether they weren't
Is it
playing
music or
no, so today they weren't playing music. It's more muffled.
noise
but I-
cancelling? Yeah.
I also have my headphones I can click so that they allow people to talk through and I
Yeah.
can hear them.
Transparent.
Well,
We've got some on the way for Ivy.
It's great. It's
Yeah.
amazing. I probably would have stayed in school if I was allowed headphones. Chewing gum. So I was chewing gum when I came in. That's a big one.
I love chewing
You're just
gum.
focusing on the gum, or is it just self-consciously?
Something to do.
It's like
Yeah.
a stim.
Yeah, it's
I
like
chew gum all
fidgeting.
day.
You know, like how
All
some people
day.
naturally just tap their leg.
Yeah.
Have
This
you
fella,
noticed my foot the
I
whole time?
freaking
Touch,
grab his
yeah.
foot and stop
Yeah.
it sometimes.
Again, there's something wrong with me. I'm just
see?
non-diagnosed. I
Yeah,
know
no,
there
so-
is because I think
She knows.
there's
She
so many
knows something's
things
wrong
that
with you.
there's so many things that happen to me throughout a day,
It's like,
and
you
I'm
know-
like, man, I really need to figure out what's wrong.
And
But I can
there's-
function. I know how to function. It's just some days
That's
it gets
the
too
hard
much.
part,
It's like when Dylan gives me this big long list of things to do, I freak out.
And
I'm
it's
like, give me
whether-
one thing to do, then tell me the next thing. But when I look at a long list, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I can't get it done. I'm just going to do absolutely nothing. I'm just going to sit and ignore it.
And it's whether it's an appropriate reaction to the stress or if you're reacting inappropriately to that stress. Because everyone's going to have bad days. Everyone has bad days. I'm sure most people have depressive episodes in their life. Not everyone, but a lot of people do. A lot of people feel anxious. You could have a week where you're just in a bad mood. But it's working out what's appropriate amounts of time, what is appropriate reactions to those incidences, and what is, okay, we might need a little bit more extra help on that one. So my partner's diagnosed ADHD,
Okay.
unmedicated and untreated. He is just diagnosed purely, got the paperwork, he's gone off.
So he knows it, but he's just living with it.
Yeah, think he's starting to get a point maybe he needs a little bit of help just to it's not so much he's living fine, he's managing fine, but it's those next steps to proceed in life and stuff.
We need one of those bug assaults to shoot this bloody homie. He's the most nuisance thing since Trev.
He's hanging around, man.
Since Trev.
He's hanging around, man.
So I want to you mentioned your partner. How are you finding life now that you're diagnosed? You understand what it is that's going on a bit more.
Yeah.
You probably never will have the full picture, but like you got an understanding of what's going on. You've got plans in place. You've got treatments. You've got knowledge. How is like your relationships now? Because obviously your relationships through high school were causing some problems, and you were trying to understand and get involved in that world. What is it like now?
So, kind of for example, I was in a relationship during my time of like when I got diagnosed. So I was undiagnosed and then diagnosed. The main difference I saw was the stigma between I was initially diagnosed with bipolar, schizophrenia, depression and anxiety, and PTSD. I'm now only diagnosed with autism and PTSD. And it was that change of not being a bipolar bitch.
Yeah.
Was what I got. And I have old letters from my ex of, I can't trust you. You're bipolar. That explains why you do these things. Things like your family are amazing because they love you. You don't understand how hard it is to love you. You don't understand what I go through just dealing with having to call you my girlfriend every day.
Why
because
even
there wasn't
write that though?
Yeah, and I have still letters of this because it's for me, it's like looking back and being like,
That doesn't even make us. That doesn't make a situation any better.
Doesn't at
if
all.
it's already hard, like if it's that hard for you, then leave.
And like
really
starting a massive essay of a letter, because my communication is through letters. So if you have something really serious to say to me, you write it down in a letter, because I can then process it. I can have the time to understand. I can read that one sentence over and over again. I also write down all my important stuff to my family, my partner, everything. Letters is our way of formal communication in our family. I struggle to sit down and talk. It won't happen. Topics will change. I'll just break down, won't cry, won't talk, will cry.
Serious
like
conversation, you mean?
Yeah, I just can't do it. I can't focus on it. But I could write you a massive letter and it fully explains everything. And it makes sense too. Whereas it wouldn't make so much sense when I was talking about it. It takes away the social side for me, so I can actually say what I want to mean. So I got a lot of letters in return, and it was like opening up a letter and saying, your family are saints because they love you and they still look after you. And it's like, yeah, they are saints and they're amazing. I'm so lucky to have them. But you don't really say someone to that's just gotten out of hospital saying your eating, your lack of hygiene, your admissions, your suicide attempts, which this person and I had a plan that we were going to do that together. He had said goodbye to everyone. We had our favourite meal that night. Like, we were going to do it that night. My thing was I didn't say goodbye to any people. I only said goodbye to my dog. That was my only thing. I didn't want to get any person involved with it. So I would just say goodbye to the dog. He went to say goodbye to the dog. The dog actually saved our lives because he couldn't say goodbye to the dog that night and said, I'm not doing this. Based on the dog. It's a little bit silly, but it's also understanding, like I didn't understand the seriousness of that. I didn't understand that when he said I next wanted to do it, to commit, that telling him wasn't just letting him know it was happening, it was so that he could get on the plan as well. So there were a lot of things in relationships I just didn't pick up on. A lot of sexual issues as well. Don't like it. Straight. Wouldn't do it ever if I didn't have to, kind of thing.
You don't personally like. I was actually wondering that because the desensitization.
Massive struggle. Now it's the issue of, is it trauma or is it sensitive stuff? Because I do have a bit of trauma behind it. And that's once again just very openly, and I'm not saying it's my fault, I'm not putting myself in that position, but I could have avoided those situations. I mean, I just didn't need to end up with those people. My car got stuck on the beach out here and ended up happening because I thought someone was helping me by letting me stay at their house while my car was stuck on the beach for the night. Well, it clearly wasn't. I didn't understand that. Ended up to be an issue. So
right.
there's a lot around that. But I try to work on it for relationships because it is an important thing, and I would like to be able to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
So just working out what works.
Yeah, I was like with the self-harm, and so you could feel something because you're desensitized. Is the likes of pleasure desensitized?
Yes, it's not as intense or just wouldn't happen. It just wasn't a thing. But in a way, I could also then just shut my brain out in those situations and not realise the situation I was actually in. Being like, oh, I decided to say hello to that person, so I said it was okay, or whatever. And actually, no, I said no throughout the whole time, so it's not okay, but I validated their decisions the whole time just because I didn't understand the significance of it. Except now I'm thinking, why can't I have sex with my partner? Why can't I enjoy going out and someone giving me a hug in public and I'm not now trying to slap them? I'm able to go and make a connection with a guy without, or a girl, because I'm bi, so guy or girl, without, as soon as we end up even just watching a movie in bed, I would be in a screaming fit of panic, even just from ending up in a bed kind of thing. So yeah, it's more just learning that. I still have really big problems with that with my partner, but he is honestly just, I'm so lucky. He's so amazing. Like, you know, I can just straight up say, no, I don't want to. I can tell him to, so he doesn't live here, he lives in Rotorua.
Oh, nice, I love that idea.
So, I used to just tell him to go home, and he would drive 4 hours home.
Wow.
Because I just needed to
Too
be
much.
alone.
Yeah, too
And
much.
it was too much. And especially at the beginning, getting used to all those, like, even feelings are too much kind of thing.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, there was a lot of, like, that honeymoon stage. I was actually just sending him home. He'd stay. Sometimes he wouldn't even be able to stay a night. And he was just amazing. Like, yep, I'll see you later.
How did you
That's
meet?
good.
3 days. Social media.
Nice.
So just on Snapchat, random ads, and
Hey.
yeah,
Oh, that's
random
cool.
ad, and then we ended up a month after meeting. He took me down south for my 21st.
Wow.
We had a South Island tour, so
Right.
he's got a 4-wheel drive, got a SAF, so
Nice.
we go camping in it and stuff, and she's my baby. She's not mine, but she's my baby, so
Yeah, so
that was our first trip together, was in her and everything. And our first night we ever spent together was in her.
that's cool.
So, yeah.
TMI.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. We didn't.
Nasty Saf.
Nah, my mum did not. She did not meet him the first time I met him because I still live at home. So I was like, well, if we want to hang out, you can sleep in the SAF.
Fair enough.
Sleep in the truck. It's big enough.
And how long have you been together?
3 years now.
So
We've
shout
had a
out
few
to him, that's massive.
Yeah, we've had a few on and offs, and and that has purely been me. Just going, I don't know
Just
what I
too
want.
much.
Yeah, or I don't know what I want, and he has just purely just stuck around.
Sounds like he understands more than other people, which is
He has
good.
got such a childhood. He said I could bring it up, so I'll just bring it up a little bit. At 6 years old, he found his dad dead in the garage after committing
God.
suicide. And this is someone who has witnessed me start to have moments of attempts, self-harm, and he is stuck by through everything,
That would've been
despite
pretty
his
deep for him.
trauma. Yeah, so his mum is not the nicest of people and has not treated him very well.
Were they
And-
together at that point?
Yep, they were together, and she left him to sort his dad out in the garage at 6 years old,
Gosh.
calling 111, having to tell him on the phone to exit the garage and come back in to get fresh air. Otherwise, he was also going to die in the garage. His mum, just completely ignored it, has continued to beat him his life, and he has still... I find it quite strong of him to even be with me because I bring up a lot of those past issues for him, and he can just put that aside, it seems, at least, and help me, and it's horrible, it's awful. We were just talking about it. He's never cried about it, ever. He almost cried about it once. We were just talking about this last night. He almost cried about it once. When you're like doing the cross-country runs and stuff for school, and you start having those big thought process. his thought was his dad. And the one time he almost cried about it was doing one of the block runs with high school. But otherwise, he's never had an instant of crying. I've made the poor boy cry more than his family has. So
That's crazy. Well, shout out to him.
Shout out to him. He's helped me through a lot.
That's rough as well. That's really sad to hear.
Everyone goes through it, I think, and that kind of proves that we found each other just on social media, and it wasn't anything to do with that kind of community, and we've both been through stuff, so everyone's going through something, eh?
Facts. Factual. Yeah. What do you say is maybe next for you on the horizon?
So for me, it's getting into a regular life, a more normal life. So when I left high school, I was working full-time at a hairdresser's, and it was just too much. I got put on medical certificate. Currently working my way off that medical certificate, but it's working out what I can do that I love, but that with how the world is, I don't get overwhelmed with. That isn't too many people. So, like, ideally, I'd love to be a teacher, but in this environment, I would not work in a school. It's also not for me because there's too much going on. Whereas I now nanny, so I go in one-on-one with families and stuff. Cool. And I more do, like, I don't have one specific family. I have multiple around the Manawatu. And that's what I love.
Is it scheduled or is it just when they need you?
Pretty much when they need me. There's a little bit of scheduling about, like, after school stuff, like, during the term that's a bit more scheduled, but that's because life is a bit more scheduled, whereas holidays it can be even the night before. Hi, you're free, we're going out tonight.
So you do like babysitting as well?
Yeah, babysitting as well. So
that's cool.
Yeah, doing the whole activities and stuff, and the dinner times, bedtimes, the whole...
Do you travel to do that?
I travel around the Manawatu for it, so...
There we go, we got a babysitter.
What
are we doing this weekend,
This weekend? Yeah. Oh, no. I think Ivy would be all right. Layla, she's funny with new people, so she's
so hard for kids. Like, I often have trial periods so I will meet a family before I go. Because it's just, becoming comfortable and building a relationship that someone can tell you what to do as well.
You also have to build the relationship with parents, because, like, I'm one of those parents. I can't just leave my kids with anybody.
I think I
need to make sure
every parent should be like that.
Yeah,
like, you have
but parents
to make
are more
sure.
difficult than children most of the time.
Yeah.
Dealing with the parents is actually the part I don't like because it's trickier for me. Also, kids are very literal. So you kind of, and you just got to go, hey, look, I know you don't want to do that right now, but we need to do it. And you can, work your way around it. And they're also just as straight up as I'd like to be. So it's nice.
It's easier to communicate with them because they're on your level.
Yeah, they'll ask me, straight up.
They're kind of unfiltered a little bit too, eh?
Yeah, and my problem is working out what they're asking and what is appropriate for me to answer. Because you get the question of where the babies come from. And my first thing is, let's educate a child. No, you do not educate a child.
A vagina.
Like this and
hey, I'll show you on YouTube.
But that's the thing.
YouTube?
Is working out that social cues of what to answer from kids and what not to answer from kids. Because everything goes back to mum and dad. Anything and everything goes back to mum and dad. So,
yeah, we're struggling. We have to really, really watch what we say directly or indirectly around Ivy because she repeats it to everyone.
Yeah.
And she has this thing, again, she doesn't understand that things hurt people. So it's almost like, I wouldn't say an obsession, but she definitely remembers deaths.
Yep.
And she brings them up a lot.
Yes.
So like Nana Kay passing away, she always says, I'm very sad Nana Kay's gone. And then she'll go around asking people, are you sad that Nana Kay's gone?
Yeah. And
like always brings it up. Like,
I think it's quite a confusing thing as well. And it's that asking people is trying to work out that social cue of what you should be feeling as well. Because you might feel this way, but you've felt differently about things over your life because you pick that up. You pick up that you're a bit different. And so now So now I've got to check that, should I be sad about this? Because I am sad about this. Or I'm actually not really bothered about this. Should I go check if other people are sad? And it's just not understanding that, asking that question can make someone more sad.
It's a learning experience, because
asking questions is a learning experience. So
yeah,
I'd ask questions.
It's a part of that mask as well. Like you said, you had to learn social cues because they didn't naturally come to you. So the way you learn it is kind of, how are you feeling in this moment? How should I feel? Because are you feeling this? Am I feeling that? And trying to identify things.
Yeah, like, and why it's
that's cool. Yeah. You're designing as well. I want to talk on that before we finish up, because you've got this artistic side to you. So do you want to just talk about that? What do you do?
So I make resin designs and things, and me and my partner also making fidget toys. They're 3D printed. So you can either just find my Facebook page of Bree Dobson, or under that there's Your Name Resin Designs. That is literally what it's called. And just like any gifty kind of stuffs. But I've grown up, my dad is a photographer. I grew up with him doing wedding photography, and
That's cool.
He is a art teacher as well in one of the local high schools. And so I just grew up with creativity in my life, because Dad was an art teacher. He'd bring home art supplies, and we were constantly painting, and I never found much with... I always compared myself a lot. So my dad, he can paint quite well. I can't. I'm more of that photography and using what's around you kind of thing. But I've really enjoyed this modelling side of stuff and everything, and we're even just doing quite normal modelling things of like security camera mounts. So if you got a specific security camera and stuff, but it's still being creative.
That's cool.
Yeah, and we work a bit on cars and stuff. My partner, he races, so he's got race cars from his dad. He got them when his dad passed, so he's got 3 Ford Escorts, Mark 1 Escorts. And
nice.
So, and he's got a S14 that he's doing up at the moment, so that's part of our kind of, and I quite like the getting things ready side, like helping him finish it up and everything.
So you're doing some design work on those or something, are you? Or is that just another side hustle?
Just another side piece. Way to be creative, I think, for me, because I didn't grow up around vehicles at all, like nothing to do with them. So I found that creative side in vehicles, like, you know, putting it together, getting body kits and making it look like a piece of art rather than just a thing on wheels and stuff. So I like that side.
Ivy's super artistic as well.
Yeah,
she drew Marge.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
She'd watched one episode.
And drew it off.
And colour was perfect.
Yeah.
It was fucked.
That's
like my most viral TikTok.
Yeah.
It's
straight up.
Chase eyes like that with his colouring and drawing.
It's outrageous. But her memory, I don't know what you're like with memory, but her memory of things is crazy. Like she's 6 now, but a 5-year-old, we would drive somewhere and she would remember the exact directions to go. Like when she used to go to her father's, we would go a specific way most of the time. Yeah. But if there was too much traffic, we'd go a different way. She would freak out. She's like, this is where we're going. We're not going here.
I remembered the way to get to Fielding that we normally went, to Palmy, from Fielding, because I grew up in Fielding. And we went a different way once, and it was Dad's back road to school or something, so that he could go a different way when he travelled every day. And I was like, where are we going? We're not going to Palmy anymore. Yeah. We've changed the whole plan of the day. Like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
For example, I remembered a lot of what happened growing up. And I remembered photos and when that photo was from. So
Ivy's like that too.
I will pick out, I remember this photo of this person, this person, this person. I remember this event. So photos are a really good way for people with autism to just process, because you can see that outside perspective. You can also see yourself in that picture too.
So she will you'll say, I don't know, it was November the 30th, and she'll be like, yeah, that was Saturday.
Yeah.
And this was 2 months ago, and she remembers what day it was.
Yeah, so
she comes out every morning and looks at, we have a little Google hub, and she looks at the date and the time, and she'll read it out to herself, and then boof, it's in her memory. And she'll remember it for, I don't even know how long. She's only recently started showing us it, but it's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't remember, I remembered more physical, literal things, not so much numbers. Just don't make sense, because there's a certain way you do it, but there's not that underlying so much why. Whereas like that was always the question I asked growing up. Why? Why do we do this? Why do we do that?
Who does that?
But my biggest thing...
All kids do that.
Yeah. My biggest thing, while I'm a creative spirit, I'm such an outdoors person. We do 4-wheel drive tracks and stuff, so I'm not in the vehicle ever. I'm always out, covered in dirt, head to toe. Love it. Just love being outside, really outdoorsy. Usually making a mess outside or like on a swing or something. But yeah, that's also...
Are you expressing yourself in your art? Like, do you find that as a way of like communicating your feelings because you kind of don't know how to regulate or how to feel? Is it coming out in your art?
No. I think it's something that I don't have to do that with.
Right.
If that makes sense, because you can just make something that someone wants.
Yep.
And obviously it's what you like and you put your own personal expression on it and stuff, but I find art a bit better, like for example if someone asked for it, because it's a physical thing they've asked for. It's quite, I don't know, art's quite a literal thing.
Yeah, and
for
it's
me.
quite straightforward. If they're like, I want this, and you're like, okay, I can do this, and then here's your this.
Yeah, and I know what I can do, and it's either a yes or no. So I'm not so much a drawing kind of person, I'm more making, let's create something.
Yeah.
Let's, make something out of this and that. That's why I love the kids, working with them. We get a cardboard box and we end up having a car in a garage out of it and stuff. And I'd be doing that all the time if I could, and I should be kind of thing.
That's
colouring in stuff that's already there so you don't have to get an impression and imply something.
You don't have to overthink it. You can just do it.
You can just do it.
Yeah.
It's there, it's done. But you can still have a bit of creative side with it and stuff.
Yeah,
Build a sandcastle at the beach and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. And I think some people forget the simpler things in life where we all probably need just a moment to build a sandcastle and not overthink it.
Let's go play with some Play-Doh, you know? Like, I think everyone just needs some time to go play with Play-Doh or build a puzzle, do a colouring in page.
Ivy loves playing with Play-Doh.
For me, bro, right now, obviously we've got the busiest schedule. We're all busy around the clock, non-stop. For me, and it's what I'm going to go home and do because Kazzy B's still at home, bro, we've just been trying to clock Halo 3 on Legendary. Yeah. And like it's that simple. Like I'm clocking out of everything, and fuck it, I'm just gonna play some Xbox. I'm not gonna overthink this. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna play the game.
I'm just gonna trash out for a bit.
Yeah. And that's been like my clock out, and
100%.
It's actually been quite nice, and it's been something I've been missing for quite some time. It's just some downtime to do nothing really. It isn't doing something so much, but
now the mini fest is done.
Yeah,
we've kind of like now we've got like this summer to this Christmas period, New Year period to just like not stress so
I'm looking
much
forward
about
to it, bro. And I'm looking forward to next year's mini fest. Like I said, already planting the foundations, the seeds. Before we wrap up into our gratefuls, do we have any questions for Bree?
I'm sure we've touched on a few. Let me just double check. I have read a couple down.
Trev, did you have any?
If you have something.
Yes. So, you know how you said you're quite creative and all that? Are you a gamer?
No. I cannot. There's so much going on.
Oh, yeah,
it's so overstimulating. Like, I have to turn the controller vibrate off and everything because it's just too much going on. So not a gamer, but I love watching games when the person has headphones on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, true.
I also didn't grow up with technology at all.
Your partner would be quite happy with that one though.
He loves it.
Just chuck the game ball on, put the headset on, play with the boys and like, you good? Yep, I'm having fun.
Like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
This is awesome. Oh, this is crazy. Like, what's going on? But yeah, we also didn't grow up with technology. So
Right.
Had to get a pen and paper if you wanted to be creative.
Any other questions, guys?
Yes. For some reason, this just popped up in my mind, and I have not thought of it until like tonight.
Yeah.
But my coworker said that ADHD is underline of autism. Is that correct?
They are
two
different diagnoses, but they
They,
overlap
a lot of the time they come hand in hand.
And you can have both, but also a lot of the symptoms overlap a lot as well.
Oh, okay, because he was telling, because I told him I was ADHD, because I'm diagnosed.
Yeah.
Shame.
Go you.
He got the little tick of approval.
Fuck, I don't care. not that you. No, not that you. I mean, I don't care that I'm not diagnosed. But I would like to.
It's what you can manage.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So good question. Because it overlaps a lot, and that's where that spectrum thing comes in a little bit. I think too, because ADHD once again also has a spectrum as well.
Yeah.
Any questions, Brother Bree?
I mean, we've touched on pretty much all of them. Oh no, we've talked about that. I think I've managed to get all of mine in.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, no, and naturally, I haven't even really had to ask. We've just flowed through it, so it's been good. Oh, you have something?
Yes. So before we jump off, you asked me a question
Fact
about
check
rice.
day.
Oh,
Yes.
Rice.
Okay.
Does it dry phones?
No, putting your phone in rice doesn't really dry it effectively and can cause more harm introducing dust, starch, and mushy bits into the boards, while simple air dry or silica gel packets are better.
See, I thought that was maybe a myth because the other side of that joke was because then the Asians will come and fix it.
Oh my fucking god!
Oh,
They're
so you
so
saw
racist.
that I didn't actually get that.
No, so
That's
my
not me
mum
being
always used to
racist.
say put it
That's
in.
People say that.
My mum always used to say put it in a bowl of rice and then put it in the hot water cupboard.
So when it evaporates, the rice absorbs it or something.
Well, I don't know the exact reason, but that's what we used to do. So
Yeah.
like, because I'd drop my phone in
I think it's
puddles and
more you
stuff.
just let it leave time. And
Don't put it in the oven.
Don't put it in the oven.
Don't put it in the oven.
freezer, just the oven.
Yeah, no.
Don't.
The oven, we could have maybe just let it cool down and it would have worked. It might have been the freezer
Probably.
that did it.
it probably was both.
It probably was the
yeah.
freezer freezing the bit. I don't
Ideally-
know.
I don't know if I'd
Sounds dumb to me. I probably just wouldn't have.
given up on the phone.
I'm going to
actually.
say,
Probably wouldn't have just spilled drinks on the phone.
why did Luke follow this advice with his phone at risk of not recovering from it? Who knows? Maybe we need to get Luke on the podcast and we can talk about that event.
You can have a whole podcast on just this.
How drunk we were
Yeah.
that night with that bottle of Jack Daniels.
How many? If that's one night, I can't imagine the amount of dumb shit that you two did together.
Bro, we've got storybooks on stories with
How long have you known each other?
preschool.
Okay, so
Two.
yeah. One of those
So
ones that's been around.
he's
for
OG.
all
Lots of
the-
dumb
yeah.
shit.
Since day one. Yeah.
Sounds like Ollie.
Oh, we've done heaps of dumb shit. Heaps of
Yeah.
dumb shit. But we wrap up with what are we grateful for?
Yeah.
So we look at the week that was and where we are right now. What would you say you're grateful for currently?
I'm grateful for having a safe home currently, somewhere I can just go and be me and do what I want.
And not have to wear a mask.
Not have to wear a mask and have my room and just have that safe space to go home to is honestly what I'm really grateful for at the moment. Especially over this time of year when it starts to get a bit crazy and
Stressful
stuff,
time.
a bit stressful. So go home and just wind down. And my family and my partner are part of my safe places too.
Beautiful.
So yeah, I'm grateful for
Safe space.
Yeah.
That's good because some people don't have that. So
Exactly,
we can't take it for
and
granted.
I see it a lot too with like the kids I work with. They just don't have that. They come home from school and school was actually their safe place and stuff. So I'm so thankful I have that. But yeah, what about you guys?
I'm grateful for the fact that that guy got out of that accident.
Oh yeah.
With no injuries. Well, as
Yeah.
far as, no visible dead injuries.
Trauma, yeah.
Like, I am so thankful because I have like almost like a post-traumatic. When I think back to that situation, I just can't stop thinking about what could have and should have been.
Yeah.
And I just felt
That overthinking, eh?
yeah, and just every part of my being was bracing for the worst, that my body still isn't and my mind still isn't actually recovered from it.
You haven't been able to fully process what actually happened,
Yeah, like,
kind of thing.
like it just doesn't seem real to me, the fact that this fella, I just got him out the top of the car and then happy days, he's good to go.
Yeah, whereas
It wasn't what I thought was going to happen. And then all of this obviously happens in this like very small time frame, like the world freezes. It does feel like it takes forever, but really it was probably 2 minutes that I went outside, threw my glasses on the ground. He calls the police. I go to this car. Jimmy opened this window. We get him out the top, grab him down and put him on the grass. He calls his missus. It's probably a 2-minute situation, but for me in the moment, man, it was just crazy. Like every thought process was happening all at once.
Yeah,
Because I
and then you
couldn't
got to
believe
go
it.
deal with your life while no one else has gone through that, but you've just had one of the biggest moments of your life, kind of thing, and everyone's having a normal day.
Yeah, I got Aruhali up. I was like, man, this is what I just dealt with, and this is what just happened, and this is the situation outside right now.
And she's like, "You just woke me up."
She just and she went back to sleep. I got inside and she's like snoring, and I'm like, how are you sleeping? Like
because
everything
like,
is fucking
we have just
heightened.
gone through this.
Yeah. Like this is just what happened in my life at that moment. And oh man, I couldn't go to sleep until like 2 o'clock in the morning after I got my glasses for the police search party. Then I got to go to sleep and then go to work the next day and just be at work all day,
continue
like
normally.
on no sleep and like coming down off this adrenaline and trying to process what just happened and what almost could have happened in every regard. Like he could have crashed into our house, he could have crashed into somebody else's car, someone else. He could have had passengers. He could have been dead. Like there's just so much different scenarios and what happened that I'm still trying to deal with it. But at the same, I'm not trying to deal with it. I'm not going to act like I'm.
The process.
I'm not scarred from it or anything. I'm glad I'm not, because if he was squished, then it would be a different story. I'm just still trying to process the fact that he was fine. But I'm grateful.
It's not what you were expecting, eh?
No, it went against every part of what I felt.
Almost more shock from him being okay than the shock of it actually happening in the first place. Yeah.
Factual. Like I was approaching this vehicle thinking there's no ifs, ands or buts. There's something wrong. Passengers or the one individual, whatever, I wouldn't expect them to be okay. Yeah. And so I went into that, approaching that, knowing that I felt like I was about to be like fucking, pulling brains out of this, this wreck.
Go EMT mode.
Yeah, I just didn't know but all my body had processed and expected it to the point where, because it didn't happen, I'm still trying to process like, I mentally prepared myself to the point where it's like, I pre-PTSD'd myself.
Yeah, you got to wind down now.
Yeah, so it's Tuesday, like you had your drink in the weekend. Yeah. I'm kind of still just trying to regulate and balance myself. So that's what I'm grateful for. What are you grateful for, Brother E?
I'm going to say I'm grateful for Angus, my bro. We've been like, for the last couple of years, we've been like, me and I have talked about, we really want Sunday to be a family day. But we've never really done anything. We just sat at home. Yeah. And like I said, on the weekend we went to church and then we went out for breakfast, lunch sort of thing with them and stuff. And now we've kind of made a plan that's going to be like our Sunday routine. That's awesome. We're all going to meet up, go to church and then go back to Angus's house and we're going to put on like a brunch thing and all the kids are going to hang out now because he's just had a little girl who's my goddaughter. Yeah. So then also with son growing up, I think it'd just be nice. It's a nice thing for the kids to do. They enjoy it. And it is like family day.
Connection,
so, yeah, so I'm just stoked. It's kind of given us a bit of like routine, which I kind of like routine as well. I like the flick. And it's not a real strict routine as well. It's not a pressured routine. So it's like, this is what we plan to do on Sundays now. And this is our plan. We don't have to stress, what are we going to do? We're just wasting our time. We're just sitting at home doing nothing. We have a plan there. If something else pops up, we are able to go and do that. It's not, you have to be there. You have to do this. It's just, this is our routine now. So I like it. I mean, it feels like we're getting more out of our weekends. And I feel like I take quite a lot away from the conversations that I had and the people that I'm meeting. And I feel like I'm talking to people that actually matter. I'm not just walking down the street going, hey, to a random dude. I'm meeting someone and having a good conversation with someone, learning things.
Actually being active.
So it's good. So yeah, I would say Angus for introducing me to the church and then also just being my bro. Just through so many different things we've been through. Yeah.
Shout out Angus.
Shout out Angus. Shout out Momentum Lawn Care. Because he's just landed a massive contract.
Did he get it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow.
Yeah, and it's looking like more work. Yeah.
So shout out to my bro Ricky for hooking him up.
Hooked him up with this Fulton Hogan contract. So now he's looking at expanding his business in the new year, and he's just doing massive, and it's cool. Like when me and him get together, it's always such a good development leaving because we're both always growing at this point in our lives. We're always trying to make ourselves better, which I just love having people like that around me. It's like Dilz, it's like Cuzzy Trev, it's like everyone that I'm around, I've been able to pick people that are always trying to make themselves better, which helps to encourage yourself to do better, eh? And it's hard to do things when people around you just don't want to do anything and almost want to make themselves worse rather than make themselves better. It's actually hard to progress yourself too. So that's why I'm just grateful for it's cool. I'll say Angus for that, but then I'm grateful for everyone that's around me that is doing my circle, definitely.
And Cuzzy Trev?
Cuzzy opportunities.
Nah, actually, one thing I am grateful for is the homeowners who let me jump in their pool today, because it was hot as shit. And yeah, honestly,
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them. But straight away after you jump into the pool, the temperature goes down.
It's freezing
weird.
now, eh?
It's very weird.
It's like when you go to the river.
But then it starts building back up, so you need to jump in the pool again, and it starts cooling you down. It's real weird. But
and that's what cold water does.
Yeah.
I'm also grateful because of my parents, because obviously if I didn't have a good connection with them, then I wouldn't be
getting these opportunities.
Living in my own house.
That's exciting, cuz. That's really cool. And the next podcast,
I'm going to come and eat your
house.
food and shit in your toilet.
Yeah.
I don't even shit in your toilet. That's that one.
Have you never?
I have once.
Yeah.
But hey, he ate.
I wasn't talking about him.
I wasn't even in the
I
keys.
go to his house.
About
I
you.
go to his house and eat his food and shit in his
He ate your
toilet. I'm going to do it to
He's
you
beat
now.
you to it, bro. He's been coming to my house for years doing that.
Yeah.
But he ate your chocolate chips.
No, he ate Naya's chocolate chips. I didn't care that he ate those chocolate chips. Naya
But
cared that he
fact
ate
check
those.
yourself. We
You
both
know that.
did.
You know that he
No.
loves going through my cupboards. As soon as he comes to our house, first thing he does is looks in our fridge if we got anything nice to drink, and then he looks in my cupboards for snacks. He eats the kids' snacks.
Yeah,
Everything.
kids' snacks are the best.
They
I love
are.
going to families that they're like, feel free to go through the pantry.
No, I
I'm
don't
like,
say
"Hi."
feel free. I don't say feel free. You can.
Yeah.
But you can fuck off.
Man,
Go
fuck
get
you,
your
and we'll
own.
put that in the
Go
Rangtahi
get
Jar.
your own kid snacks.
Yeah, I did get in trouble for that. I got a wife and she's like, why did you get another cheese stick instead of just cutting yourself a piece of cheese from the block? And I'm like, because it was easy and it's
We
yum.
have cheese
Oh, that would
sticks.
be a relationship deal breaker right there for us. If my part was like, stop buying like little biscuits, just buy biscuits or buy proper cheese instead of gone.
Her problem is like, now
Let's
I've gone to
manage
make the
this
kids
Even though he's-
situation properly.
Even though he's gone through all these things
Yeah.
for you, he'd still
Yeah.
be like, fuck off.
Come on, like you need to understand me right now.
I'm going to tell him. If
It's
we see
the
him.
medicinal
I'm gonna say,
way.
"Hey,
It's the medicinal. You can't tell me it's not the medicinal.
what? That makes you want to eat the food?
Yeah.
Oh no,
But I want to
no.
eat the food without it. I don't
So-
smoke. I
no,
still want to
so-
eat lots of shit food.
I have
Fuck off.
ARFID, which is avoidance food restrictive intake, however you say it. So like, I don't eat properly.
Right.
So if I feel like a cheese stick, which is most likely going to be what I feel like over
Cheese stick, eh?
cheese stick.
Cheese stick.
Yep.
Dilz, why did you have to reiterate
I'm never
that?
going to eat a cheese stick again.
Cheese
now.
stick.
I'm never going to eat another cheese stick now. But like even just like small packets, it's easier to eat than big things. So get lost. I'm going to go buy my little packet of crackers. Thank you very much.
Yeah. The problem becomes when I've ate them and they're supposed to go in the lunchbox the next day and they're not there.
You see, I don't have kids' lunchboxes for them to go into.
So, like,
So you're living life.
I leave the kids at their home where they belong. I go back to my home without the children and eat my kids' snacks by myself. I got it
so what?
sorted, man.
You won't eat your kids' stuff, but you'll come and eat my kids' stuff.
No, I do eat my kids' stuff. I get in trouble for eating.
He
mine.
just
You
doesn't.
get in trouble for eating mine too.
Exactly, but I still eat yours and I still eat mine. So
It
that's
evens
where-
it out.
Well,
I'm going to get a
50-50.
locked cupboard.
what have we learnt this episode?
Don't leave food
Eat
around
your-
Dilz.
eat kindy
like
snacks.
that little skit we did
Be a kid. That's what we've learned. Just
Be a
be
kid.
a kid.
when we hid
Be
the ice
a
cream
kid.
in
Be
the
a
oven.
kid.
Just let me.
No.
Actually, can I say, like, one of the best chocolates I reckon is a Kinder Surprise,
Oh, 100%.
and they are kids'
Yeah.
kid chocolate. So I
I like the little
50-50.
bar
The
one.
Kinder
Kinder
Surprise,
is-
the circle one.
yeah, the
The
circle
eggs.
one with the
My
eggs.
daughter wants those all the time. Layla always wants them. She calls them chocolate eggs.
Yeah.
She cracks them open, grabs the toy, leaves the chocolate.
What? Give it to me.
Chocolate's the best.
She
That's the
doesn't
best.
eat the
Chocolate
chocolate.
is the best
She used to
chocolate,
love
yeah.
chocolate.
It's
I
the
reckon she's 3, and I reckon she's overeating chocolate. She doesn't like it anymore.
Too much
It's
Kinder
weird.
Surprises.
She
Oh,
just
yeah.
doesn't eat the chocolate anymore. It's
See, I
weird.
wasn't allowed it growing up. We had mushrooms and capsicum in our lunchboxes
Oh,
at
heck no.
kindergarten.
I hated
Not
mushrooms
cheese
and
sticks.
capsicums.
No,
Cheese
no.
sticks.
Cheese-
I love mushrooms now.
I love mushrooms, man. Raw mushrooms.
Are you still going on about cheese sticks?
No,
Sticks.
you are. Is there anything you wanted to
Sounds like
wrap
it sounds
up
like
with?
a bit of a personal issue.
Yeah.
No, I shower twice a day, brother. It can't be me.
Is there anything on your list or anything you wanted to wrap up with at all, Bree, before we close up?
Um,
I like the thing that was happening on your watch just then. was like.
Oh yeah, it goes crazy.
Do that again.
I had a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, really honestly, because this is really interesting to me. Before you were like an adult, but like, so when you were like high school, a kid, what was your opinion on people with autism? Be honest.
I didn't understand what autism was.
Yeah.
I knew, like, because obviously you'd have like the Arfina room or the special needs room.
Blocks and stuff.
Yeah. So I understood that they were special needs, but see, I didn't know the difference of special needs from Down syndrome to
that there were different
autistic.
types.
I just thought I thought special needs was Down syndrome. So I called all Down syndrome people just special needs.
Yeah.
And then Shania mentioned, I only found out when I found out about Ivy that she was saying that Ivy is special needs. I was like, no, she's not. And she's like, she is. And I didn't know that. So see, I had no idea. I used to quite often at college, especially, spend time with special needs kids. I liked that. You know, I don't find them any different, but you know, like for me, I didn't. Yeah, I just.
Some people really do struggle to socialize as well with them, which makes sense. Everyone's different.
I'm still in contact with one from college.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't think know anybody, and I don't think it was anything that was like a forefront of like. I don't think I identified it if it wasn't made known. I don't think I knew anybody where it had been made known. But I just remember thinking back to Shortland Street, and there was a character called Gabrielle, and she was Asperger's. I remember that because I was like, why does she have this big diagnosis, Asperger's? Like she's diagnosed with this as like a disease, but she's just a normal person. For the most part, you know, she's just more blunt with what she says. But my brain as a kid watching Shortland Street couldn't understand why that made her like have a disease or why she was diagnosed with something.
Yeah, why do you have this name for it?
Like she didn't look any different. Her character just was a human, and it just the social aspect was a bit different. But everyone's social is different. Everyone talks different. So like just like I've sat here and spoke with you this whole time, like I just I mean Ivy, you know, she's my niece. His wife's my sister. So
is that your first instant of meeting someone?
Yeah, I think understanding and having it identified and being around it more so. But even then, like I don't think or look at Ivy much different to the next kid. So I personally don't.
No, I just find it interesting because everyone grew up with a different experience as well. And also the fact that you guys didn't really know of it is also quite interesting because now it is a more thing that I can actually say to children I'm autistic and they go, oh, I know what that means.
Whereas like coming out of the 90s was kind of the back end of that, like, you know, not every, like diagnoses and like all these different identities and titles, they didn't exist really back then.
You had to be really extreme and non-verbal or couldn't walk or something to get that diagnosis.
One question I haven't asked, which I'll ask right as we wrap up, what do you think of the Making a Statement podcast?
I think it is just a great opportunity, really. Like, I never thought I'd even be able to do this, so in a little selfish way, thank you, and it's really cool.
Thank you.
It's nice seeing other people just have a safe place to share their story. Like I've been watching episodes and keeping up with you guys and stuff, and it is nice. And everyone seems to feel really comfortable. Like I don't know,
have that effect on people.
But but that's really cool. Like you guys have created something that's safe, and that's huge.
I like
these days,
that.
That's probably something to be proud of. Like,
I feel safe
I love
here.
it. Yeah, that's the one thing. Like I said, most weeks, like we get to gain perspectives in real time of these things that we don't quite understand. So there's a lot of things that people have been through that we haven't been through, that we can't relate to, but now we can because we've been able to hear their stories and understand on a personal level what these people have gone through. And then it also helps. I mean, I don't know if I need much more empathy because I'm already too empathetic and I cry about everyone's pain. So
it's just putting it in perspective.
Yeah. So like now when someone tells me their story, I feel it a lot more when I've heard a lot more, when I've heard personal stories. If I hear it again, it feels a lot more personal. So I'm able to relate a bit better to it rather than just going, oh, you've gone through that. Okay.
It like expands your empathy. But I also just love the positive impact it has on others. Like, to close, shout out to my bro, Gavin. But this is just an example. And it's not just having an impact on strangers and people on the internet, it's having people like impact to the people around us.
Your community.
And the community, like, yeah. And then like yourself and everybody that comes on maybe to listen to your episode are hearing things about you that they may not have understood about you, and it helps your people get an understanding. But like, this is a message I got yesterday.
This podcast is fucking solid, bro. It definitely helped me see a lot of shit that I've been going through a lot more clearer. I didn't think I was going through shit as much as I probably am.
So I won't out him, so I won't sit there and expand on it. But, you know, just the fact that like almost every day I'm having people comment or message
while you're learning, other people are learning, eh?
Yeah, and they're really getting an understanding of themselves and other people in different situations. And, you know, last week we had a, you know, gang prospect come through and sit with us and tell his story of, you know, what the violence and the crimes and that was that he committed and that. But then, you know, from an outside perspective, you just look at that and look down on it, but you're not looking at the fact that when he was a kid, he was sexually abused. He was, you know, introduced to gang life at the age of 12 and guns, and, you know,
what's normal to people might not be normal to you, and what's not normal to you might be normal to someone else.
Facts. And we are breaking the stigma by just being able to sit down and have these conversations with everyday people. You're an everyday person, right?
Yeah.
Bree, Dobson. So it's just massive that we can now have this big, powerful, impactful episode that people are going to resonate with, relate with, and, you know, get some healing from or understanding from. I just think it's massive. So
I think it helped me to also, you know, do a bit of work on myself. I had to tell my story again to randoms and on camera and stuff. So I've just had a massive exposure therapy today. And
well, we're not randoms anymore.
No, I'm Dilz.
No. Yeah, I'm Bree. Nice guys. But, you know, like, yeah, I've had a little almost exposure therapy today too. So
well, thank you for coming.
A safe place to do it. So.
Safe place, absolutely. So
and
thank
you
you for
did really
coming.
well.
You aced it. You aced it. What a great episode. I love the feeling of getting on the back end and like, man, now we get to share this episode with everybody. I sit there and go, oh fuck, I got a whole lot of work to do before it comes out, editing and all the rest of it. But I still just now look forward to, man, we just had this massive episode, and every time we kind of come into the space, I'm like, what's this episode going to be like? You know, like I worry, it's different conversations and that, but it always just goes well. It just is massive.
You guys were like really good to talk to too.
Oh, thank you.
Chemistry is building. I think that's the thing. Like you said, comfortability. I think because we're comfortable now in our space, it makes other people comfortable because we're not sitting there going, shit, what do we do? Blah, 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 blah.
You're just welcoming them in and you've got it sorted.
And then we're just having a talk.
And it's episode 18, so you would hope that we've got somewhat of a flow going on, but we're still climbing. We're on episode 100. That's what I'm chasing. I want to know where this is at episode 100. If you've tuned in, please make sure you subscribe, that you comment, you let us know your thoughts, pass on your messages to Bree. She might be in the comment section replying and checking out what's been going on.
Questions,
so please, if you do have a comment or something to say, feedback or whatever it might be, please just get that in there, get involved and keep supporting what we do. Tell people, show people. We are out on all platforms, and go to makingastatement.co.nz. Afterpay yourself some merch. If you can't, just tick it. But otherwise, if you got money, go and spend it, and just rep what we're doing. Breaking the stigma isn't just a word or a saying. It's not just a slogan. It's what we're living it in this. Like, if you're wearing the shirt that says breaking the stigma, just know that what you're doing is you're walking around with the banner of this podcast and standing on the purpose of what this is built for. But yeah, this is Making a Statement podcast, episode 18. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Dilz. There's Cuzzy DJ TJ on the ones and twos. We've had Bree Dobson tell her story, and we're so thankful for coming through. And over here we got Brother E.
Bye. I'm Ethan.
Gonna happen as fire by fighter, ain't nobody putting it down. I'm holding it down, no common grounds. I'm making a statement is the way to claim that you're running the town.